Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Director Watch, an AwardsWatch podcast that attempts to get inside the mind of cinema's greatest auteurs, explore what drives them, and maybe we go on a few unrelated tangents along the way. I'm Ryan McQuade, the executive editor here at AwardsWatch, and joining me, as always, is the white pebble to my black pebble, Jay Ledbetter.
Absolutely. Time to talk turtlenecks. It's turtleneck time. I know, you know, in Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, they say it's turtle time.
Mm-hmm.
Now it's turtleneck time.
No,
That's what it is here. Yeah. We're talking something's got to give.
Yeah, something's got to give, and evidently it's turtleneck season.
'Tis the season of giving. Something's got to give.
There you go, buddy. You excited?
This is straight up my favorite. It's my favorite Nancy.
Is it?
It just is. Yeah. We'll get that out of the way first.
You just want to put all your cards on the table?
Let's load up the plate. My favorite.
Okay. All right. I think it's our guest's favorite too. We couldn't do this episode just the two of us, Jay. We had to bring on a Nancy expert, as well as also a turtleneck expert, as well as a Diane Keaton expert. We brought on the biggest expert we know for Something's Got to Give.
Wow.
That's our associate editor, Sophia Ciminello. Sophia, welcome back to Director Watch.
I'm just a turtleneck kind of gal. You know, I had to come on for Something's Gotta Give, which is my favorite Nancy Meyers movie. Also, I will get that out of the way. I think it's her best movie. And like you said, I am a Diane Keaton expert. I also am a major fan of the film Reds, starring Diane Keaton and Jack Nicholson. So I'm excited to get into that too, and the Warren Beatty of it all. Mm-hmm. Love Nancy. I'm so excited you guys are doing her films on Director Watch because, yeah, she is an auteur.
Yeah, she is. Now let's start up at the front here because Jay, I read your Letterboxd review and I kind of want to dive right into it. So,
I mean, I think it's the most important scene in the film.
Yeah, it is. But
Are you going there right now?
We don't have to go fully into the mechanics of it.
Yeah.
For the character's sake. But when I watched this with my wife, and she said, and I quote, "Hell no. No one is cutting my sweater. No one is good enough to cut her sweater." Even me, I was like, "Wow, thanks a lot, honey."
Well, I'll say this. I'll just say this right off the bat. What is erotic about using scissors to cut off the sweater?
But
that seems dangerous. It seems dangerous.
Isn't the whole like ripping it off? I mean, that's the dream.
Yeah, but he does rip it off technically, like halfway through.
He does in the end.
And I'd like to speak on behalf of all women. He just gets it
started. Okay, go ahead.
No, I think I did it.
Okay, good. Well, I think it's clearly a high quality material, so it's hard to just rip that if you're, a man of Jack Nicholson's age, I think, and he just had a heart attack.
Yeah, he just had a heart attack, dude.
Can't even walk upstairs.
Use the scissors to get it started, but I want to talk about the pair of scissors because those scissors would only be found in a Nancy Meyers movie. They're beautiful. That's a perfect pair of scissors. That's not like something you get at Ace Hardware or Target. Those are good scissors.
Those seem like they're more like those scissors cost more than the budget of The Brutalist, for God's sakes. You know what I mean?
They probably did. It is Nancy.
I need
over
these
budget,
scissors.
over her schedule. That's our girl.
I need these scissors. Why? I just need them. God damn it. I love her so much. I love this movie. Jay's right. We're talking about our favorite movie today. This is kind of the reason. Like, I'm gonna go behind the scenes. One of the big reasons I wanted to do this series is I've always just wanted to podcast about this movie. It's maybe one of the most rewatchable movies I watch on a given year.
Yeah.
I watch this movie like at least 3 or 4 times a year. It's
wow.
Yeah, because it's great. Because it's a movie that perfectly showcases why Nancy Meyers is so important. The power of movie stars in a movie, folks. And Nicholson and Keaton are absolutely spectacular in this movie. We're going to talk about them. We're going to talk about the supporting cast. We're going to talk about beaches. We're going to talk about heart attacks. We're going to talk about dancing Henrys. We're going to talk about Paris. We're going to talk about it all. But Sophia,
menopause.
Do you want to speak to that?
I mean, it's a crucial part of the movie. It's one of my favorite lines in the movie.
Control.
I mean, it's the the best thing about this movie, Jack Nicholson talks so funny.
Yeah.
Everything he says is just when he wants to be funny, he's so funny.
But then when he wants to look
Who's
deep
the lucky boy?
Yeah. But then when he wants to look deep into her soul and examine her in a way that only one person, Jack Nicholson, can, he does that. It's this balance. It's a wonderful
I
performance.
mean, you know my take. Greatest movie star of all time.
You think Jack's number one?
He's number one to me. Yeah.
So
Between his choices, like his taste,
Mm.
his willingness to give himself over to filmmakers, honestly, him being a proponent for auteurism, and also just like skill, like he's the man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sophia, you agree with that?
It's hard to pick one. I mean, he's definitely of his era, probably who I would pick because I do think there is, I mean, I love Redford obviously too, but with Nicholson, there is a lot of power in that idea of him being at the forefront of the new Hollywood, making really smart, risky decisions, and just being a complete charisma bomb. Like he
Yeah.
just, and he I think he's our movie star also who like made the, courtside seats matter and the front row at the Oscars and like that is Nicholson when I think of him. So while there are others I love, I mean Denzel, Cary Grant, Paul Newman, Diane Keaton,
Liam Hemsworth.
Jack Nicholson really feels like, yeah, oh, yeah, of course, right? Liam Hemsworth, Ryan Reynolds, all the new ones are so great.
We're killing it right now, movie star wise.
Yeah.
The under 40s. We're in a great
They
spot.
love movies so much.
Chalamet's probably the biggest one right now, I guess.
I would have to say undeniably because there's barely anybody under 40. It's
Right?
wild.
It's wild, right? I mean, there's like a bunch of like question marks and still like as much as like we love an Austin Butler and we love a Glenn Powell and they're not proven yet enough as a guy like that can do those things. I mean, I guess
Zendaya is starting to prove herself, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, for sure.
But-
No,
Look, Ariana Grande might have an Oscar here in a couple months. So
wow, way to date this episode.
watch out.
Well, that doesn't mean that she's a movie star.
If she wins an Oscar and if she keeps making movies, she's good in that movie, right? She's good in Wicked.
She is.
She's
I think.
she's okay.
I think she's good.
No, I think she's genuinely great in Wicked.
I can't
do.
see the problem is I can't tell if it's a just Kristen Chenoweth impression and where her performance begins as well at times. Like that's the thing. I've seen it twice. I'm like, I can't tell where that impression. I know how much it means to her, like and what that property means to her. I don't know where how she begins and that and being that character ends as well too. So it's kind of hard, but I do think I think she has great comedic timing in the film, and she's great on
funny.
like she's
I
very
like the
funny.
way her voice sounds more than Chenoweth's too, I have to say. But that
Well,
might just be
she's a better singer than Chenoweth, but but no, I don't think she's a movie star. I just think she's she's a superstar.
He's kidding in the same way probably that Liam Hemsworth is.
No, he genuinely believes.
Oh, Liam, I'm in on.
Yeah, he's got the stock and everything on that one. But no, I agree with you.
No,
on
not
Jack.
kidding as much as I am with Liam Hemsworth there. I think if she kept making movies as big as her following is,
yeah, she's got a big following.
She'd be enormous.
Yeah, and I just don't know. It also just feels like perfect project, perfect thing for her to do and everything. And I don't know how much, but I think she could do like comedies or something like that. That would be interesting. I couldn't see her do a drama. You know what I mean? I don't know.
Brutalist too.
The Brutalist too.
Could she have been Felicity Jones? You never know.
Postmodernist.
I can't say really what I want to say right now.
Can't
on
believe
this podcast.
Yeah, we can't do that. Sophia, Nancy.
Yes, back to Nancy.
We know you love her. We love her too. What about Nancy do you love? Well, maybe you don't love something about Nancy. Who knows? Maybe she's, she kind of seems perfect, but you never know. What about her other films alongside this? I know you watch a lot of her films. I watch a lot of her films. She's very rewatchable. What makes her that for you?
Yeah, Nancy Meyers is definitely one of my comfort movie directors. I will put on Something's Gotta Give, The Intern, The Parent Trap. Just if I need something to slip into to make me
What
feel
women
good.
want.
That's the one I haven't returned to. But I think with Nancy Meyers, what I love is that, like you said, she loves movie stars. She gets these pretty fantastic movie star performances out of her actors. We'll certainly talk about that today with this one, but also like I love Robert De Niro in The Intern. Just watching that again, I know you guys haven't talked about that one yet, but that's just such a great performance from him. And I don't love all of his comedies, I think that he's done. And I think this is a really, really solid one. But I think that what she is able to do is she makes, I think she makes movies that on the surface people do not take seriously because they're about women. They're about women of a certain age often. They're about romance or finding love, finding yourself. And so people sometimes, I think, relegate that to the comfort movie space, sort of like I just did, but in a way that is to not take them seriously. And I think what we've seen recently is that when you watch a movie not made by Nancy Meyers that tries to go for the Nancy Meyers thing, it just pales in comparison. Like these movies like The Idea of You with Anne Hathaway is a perfect example. Movies that have this gloss on them that are based on maybe popular books or that feature stories about women aging, women falling in love, women struggling to balance everything in their lives. They just don't have that magic Nancy touch. And I think it's because she really pays attention to those details. And people joke about her kitchens and her decisions with costumes, but she pores over every detail in a way that should be taken seriously in the same way that people do when Denis Villeneuve makes Dune. That's the dedication to world building that she has. And I think it actually is more successful because it's about the character. So I love what Nancy does. And I think she's such an interesting storyteller too, because the structure of her movies on the surface, like it doesn't totally make sense. Because other directors, I think we'll talk about this definitely with Something's Gotta Give, would build this story completely differently. It would be paced differently. Things, would happen at different points throughout the runtime. And she just, the way she thinks about stories, I think is actually really true to life. And that's something I appreciate about her. So that's my long-winded way to say, take Nancy seriously, but also, find joy and comfort in just the simple pleasures of watching a beautiful Nancy Meyers movie.
There's nothing better than a beautiful Nancy Meyers movie. No.
It's just
And
nice
this,
sometimes watching just seeing that nice kitchen.
well,
But
this is the,
it is easy to just say, oh, it's nice. And then
Right.
people are just like, oh, it's nice. That's all. That's kind of all it is.
Uh-huh.
You know what's hard to make? Like a super nice, pleasant, airy movie that you can watch at any moment.
Mm-hmm.
It's very difficult. People try it all the time and they make, but what's the Glenn Powell, Sydney Sweeney movie?
Anyone But You.
Movie's
Anyone but
trash.
you. Yeah.
Horrible. But it's going for like the exact same thing. You know what's hard to make? When Harry Met Sally. Raiders of the Lost Ark, like not Citizen Kane thematically, but it's this like wholly
Mm-hmm.
entertaining movie that you can just watch on repeat. And this is along those same lines. Obviously, the scale of it is much smaller, but emotionally and just as far as your attachment to the characters, it's every bit as skillful and thoughtful as those other movies.
Well, I
So,
mean, it's hard to.
and aesthetically.
It is hard in general to make. I think it's easier probably to manipulate an audience to cry than it is to laugh or to make people believe that they're falling in love. And
That's probably true.
I think that, or I mean, you can blow stuff up and surprise people, or you can manipulate an audience to a certain degree in a romantic comedy, but there's something about dialogue. Like that's why Nora Ephron and Nancy were so great. And, I know we had Dan on the last episode. He was kind of, a little bit comparing there. I don't, I think that they both live in their own universes, in their own worlds, because they're going at stories completely different, but they're going for the same goal, which is to have audiences believe in, while maybe over the top premises or plot points. At the end of it, we give, like when we talked about The Parent Trap, that is an insanely demented pair of parents. But by the end, we're like,
But they're so beautiful.
exactly, they're beautiful, and we're like, please, for the love of God, remarry.
This is also a relatively demented film.
Yeah.
In some
It
ways.
is. They're all a little demented.
Yeah,
That's,
they're
I think,
all-
what I love about
They're
them.
all a little kooky.
You're
You know what I mean?
This
Yeah.
doesn't really make sense. Like,
There's
Yeah,
every
oh, what do
every
you have
every
in your
10
fridge?
yeah.
I have Coke Van, or I could make pancakes. Like, what
Yeah.
world is this?
It's
And why
every
are
10
these
minutes it's like,
pancakes?
is
You know
this
what I mean?
person an alien?
Well, that was the thing.
Are they
It's like,
experiencing humanity for the first time?
Keanu? Like,
yeah, like
No,
you
we'll
get-
talk about Keanu.
No, we're going to talk about
one
it.
of the great screen performances of all time.
So when we were watching it, and there's the scene where it's after Harry leaves, and he goes back to the city, right? And they've departed, right? And Erica gets the call from Marin, and she's like, "Please come! I've got this show going." And she just drops everything like a hat, and she's there in like 5 minutes, essentially. And Megan's like, "Can you go to this auction?" To me, and she's in a brand new white, perfectly, pressed suit, ready to go, and Megan's like, "How the hell did she know?" And I was like, "Well, I think she lives there, or she lives, out by the beach." And he's just like, "I get that, but it's like, did she know that she was gonna have to, like, what's time in this world? Time doesn't make sense.
time does not make sense in the world of this movie at
No.
all.
They don't, because she's like, how? She's like, and okay, so Amanda Pete's supposed to be under 30, but Keanu's like supposed to be under 30, but like clearly these are mid 30s to 40-year-olds playing these roles, and it's like, I get that, and he's like, and so she was getting lost in the mechanic, and at a certain point, I just told her, I said, "Honey, you got to do a little bit of Tenet. You just got to feel it.
You
and
just
let it-
gotta feel it.
You just
Yeah.
gotta let it go." And that's the thing about Nancy. She's a little bit of Tenet. I bet she loved Tenet. She was just
Oh, I'm
like,
sure.
vibes? Are you kidding me?
Vibes,
Like, hell yeah.
how they look, their outfits, like everything that
Oh
Robert
my
Pattinson
God.
wears. I'm sure she was.
She was like
all
it's
over
all
it.
meticulous.
At the end, when Pattinson is like, we get up to some stuff.
Yeah,
she's like, that's potent.
that's like
that's-
the snow. That's like the snow falling in Paris. And then
that
You know
moment
she
genuinely
voted for
gives me
costume
goosebumps.
design.
yeah,
with
we get
Oppenheimer.
I love that movie. No one's on such a run.
Movie's great.
Yeah, he's pretty good. I remember, Sophia, one thing about Tenet real quick. I remember all 2020, Jay telling me, "That movie is gonna fucking suck. It looks stupid." Favorite
Favorite movie of the year.
movie of the year, straight up.
Loved it. Not a great year, but
Not a great
favorite
year.
movie of the year.
But he was just
I like this later era.
Yeah.
I think
Nolan
his best
more.
3 movies are his last 3 movies.
I think his last.
That's my take.
Well, I mean, Prestige does exist.
Yeah, I like the
Yeah.
Prestige.
Prestige is
love
good.
Pre-
Might
I
be number
love
4.
Prestige. But this run of his from Jay, I know you're not a big Interstellar guy, but from Interstellar, the last
A
10
lot of
years.
Interstellar talk on the social media right now.
Yeah, because
They
it's 10 years.
canceled-
canceled
released.
they canceled my Interstellar screening I was going to go to for Mufasa.
No.
Mm.
Mm.
2
That's-
movies about fatherhood.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
anyway,
I assume. Haven't seen Mufasa.
Sophia's so mad about that.
I feel fine about it actually. I feel so good.
No, you don't. No, you don't. It was going to be
She
70
feels
millimeter IMAX. What are you talking about?
She's like when
How do you
when they
cancel
told
that?
Jack he couldn't travel. That's how she feels right now. She's like,
Yeah.
what do you mean?
Can't go up.
She's
can't
a
go
little-
up a flight of stairs.
So woozy.
Like,
Whoa.
yeah.
Oh my God. This movie's. Who wants to start? Who wants to talk about this movie? Sophia, thoughts on something's got to
Anyway.
give.
Let's talk more about Tenet.
Oh, okay. You want to?
No, Sophia, go.
I love Something's Gotta Give. I just imagined, like, when you said that, I was like, who would Diane Keaton play in Tenet? What would her role be?
I feel like she
But-
would be the at the beginning of the film where like the person's like explaining don't think it, just feel it to him, like,
Mhm.
about all and collecting all the little
No, give her Brana.
pieces.
Oh, Brana.
Let her be a
yeah.
Russian mobster.
That's what she needs, I
Yeah.
think.
No,
can
she
do
would
it.
be like the one lady that you think's the head of the mission, but then John David Washington at the end. No, it's been my mission all along because I'm the protagonist.
Has she ever done something that over the top, like the Brana performance?
Yeah, I'm sure
I'm
she
not
did.
I'm not the Keaton scholar that Sophia is.
Book club?
We need to do a book club, like one off.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we might.
Yeah.
That movie,
I
We got
need
to do
to
book club
be
2
back
though.
for that.
masterwork.
We got to
Book
do
club
2.
2, we can skip.
No, we got to do it. Sorry, we're doing 1. We're doing
Not
2.
as into BC2.
We got to do. There's BC2.
Yeah.
BC2.
Is that what you're talking? Oh my god.
Okay, so Diane
Sophia, do
Keaton-
you know what Jay calls jalapenos?
No.
Peños. I mean, it's not that big of a deal. Peños. Love a peña.
Okay.
Anyway,
Okay.
Diane
All
Keaton.
All right.
Dumb.
Diane Keaton. So why I love Something's Gotta Give. I feel like this is, for me, Diane Keaton, she's one of my favorite actors of all time and just personas really ever. I think she's an incredibly talented comedic and dramatic actor. And if you look at her filmography from really the 70s onward, like into the 90s, really, she's doing really cool work. And I think she's best known, of course, for Annie Hall, which effectively she's playing a version of herself that Woody Allen wrote. And in that role, I feel like because she just knows that character inside and out, and it's such an iconic character, I think people just think that these things come easy to her, and maybe they do, and sort of write her off or don't necessarily appreciate all of her talent. But she is just brilliant to me. And here I think we see how great she is, like I said, at balancing her skills as a comedic actress and her skills as a dramatic actress. I feel like this role is very raw and painful at times. And it's the type of woman that we don't always see on screen. Actually, we rarely see women like this, women at this age who are really, I think, living a very particular life and figuring all of that out. And I feel like she's so good at that. And this is sort of a comeback role for her, too. And it's a really important performance in her filmography. And then getting to see her act opposite Jack, who, Jay, I don't know if you know this, I know Ryan does, but it's a hot take of mine. My favorite Jack Nicholson performance of all time is Reds.
Never seen
He
it.
is so sensitive and wonderful in that movie. It is a beautiful performance that I think is unlike a lot of what he's done as an actor, and it's just absolutely perfect. And they have great chemistry in the movie.
I've heard he's amazing in it. Yeah.
Yeah, but it's a supporting role, and there's a love triangle, and of course, Warren Beatty is the other figure. She dated Warren Beatty in real life for a very long time. And this movie, what's so funny about it is that so much of the Jack Nicholson character he's Warren Beatty. They name women in the movie that he, like when they're referencing at that great dinner scene with Frances McDormand, who we have to talk about, they're rattling off names of women that Warren Beatty dated. So it's this kind of wonderful, like unauthorized sequel to Reds, honestly. That's how I see it. But yeah, I think I just like the way that this movie explores relationships. I think it's silly. I think it is over the top. I think the rules of the film don't make sense hardly at all, but there's just something about it that is just warm and delightful. And then I just slip into every single time. And it really is because of these movie stars and how great they are together. And again, I think it is Nancy's best movie because I just love the writing and what she does with these characters too.
The writing, I mean, obviously screenplays are more than dialogue, which people often kind of mistake purely dialogue for writing, like best screenplay, best dialogue. But the dialogue in this movie is just immaculate. Like as I was taking notes in this movie, it was just like lines, like the menopause line, or so many others. But it's such a funny movie. It makes me laugh more than any other Nancy Meyers movie, which I think is its biggest strength. And additionally, it does have this nice beating heart to it. Occasionally, it is a weird shaped heart. The heart gets a little misshapen at times, where you're like, okay, so he went with her daughter, and the one thing they do very specifically is they're like, they've never had sex. Just so
Yeah.
you know, they've
Nope,
never had sex.
nope,
And
nope.
she's like, really? To her daughter? That scene too. She's like, never, mom. And that whole thing doesn't make sense to me
And so
either
it's like
because
slightly less weird.
Well, no, they
yeah,
said at the
but
beginning that aren't you glad that we waited and everything? So they set it up
well,
from the start.
I don't think the fact that they waited makes any sense at all.
It doesn't
But
really
that
play
can
to
be
his
another
character.
conversation. It doesn't play to his character at
No.
all.
No, it doesn't. No, he would like pounce on it immediately, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
They're
whereas
just like
even
waiting
after
to go to this Hamptons house.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I want to drive upstate just to be with you. Like he's well, you know.
Meanwhile, it seems like he has genuine feelings for Diane Keaton, and then he's immediately like, I want to go on another date. I'm over it.
No, he had it in the book. He had it. It was pre-planned.
Oh, right. Yeah. It's like God.
It can't be rude.
It's like Argyle.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Oh my God, not Argyle. Damn
Or,
it, Jay.
Stranger Than Fiction.
Yeah. Well, I mean, like, you know, you want to be rude, you know, you got plans. No one said it was going to go anywhere, right? You got to trust Jack. Trust Jack a little
Oh,
bit.
here's a question. So I'm a big proponent of like, I got to have weight when I sleep. Like I want a little comforter. I want a little.
Oh, I
weight
thought
on
you
top
were
of
like
me.
talking about emotional weight in a film. Now,
No,
okay.
no.
Now you're going on something even dumber than
When I fall asleep,
thought.
when I fall asleep, I got to reflect on all the trauma that I've experienced. I need a little emotional weight.
You watch Come and See, and then
Yeah.
you go to bed. All right, I see. I
Mhm.
get you. All right.
They purely have a sheet on the bed and like a very
Oh
thin
my God,
blanket.
no.
There's no comforter on the bed at all, which I find
Well, it's the summer. It's hot.
challenging. There is, but there are definitely breathable comforters out there, and it just
Mhm.
it also. How did they switch sides of the bed at night?
That's
I mean, do you
that's-
want to really talk about how they switch sides?
It was not. It was not through physical acts that or purposeful physical acts that they switched sides. I think
You know-
I think that's clear.
Jay,
I think they just rolled over each other.
they were
Which is
rolling
possible.
around. They were rolling around. All right. You know what
I
mean?
think possible is a stretch.
Nancy is a little bit, I think, in this movie too. We get naughty Nancy a little bit,
Yeah,
but
she's
not
naughty.
not
Naughty
fully,
Nancy.
right?
No,
Yeah.
Nancy. I
I like the aesthetics of the bedroom though and the bedding.
no, but
I'm
is
talking about the practicality of the bedding,
Okay.
which obviously is secondary in a Nancy Meyers film. But
I think one of the most unhinged things about this movie is the needle drops throughout the film. Some of them
Oh
are
my
just
God.
like some of them early in
how
the
about the
first
fact that
30
he's a
minutes.
hip-hop
He's like a
producer?
That
Yeah,
too.
what a snob, Diane. Like,
And she's just like,
I just
"Rap?"
hate rap. Like,
So
oh,
misogynistic.
yeah, it's so misogynistic. And some rap is poetry. You know what I mean? Like,
What does she say? How many words can you rhyme with bitch?
it's such a good line.
It's a
But
great
also
line.
like,
The answer is a lot.
Yeah.
that's true.
Small
No, I mean,
words. Bitch, hitch, witch,
oh no,
Stitch.
God damn
Lilo
it.
and Stitch. Yeah.
Yes, Lilo and Stitch.
Stitch. Um,
Twitch.
Twitch. There you go. But no, I to back to the original question about Amanda Pete and him waiting, because I don't think we are done exploring that yet. It is no, because it's like the first thing in the film, and
is.
she does not wait though. If they
No, the
did
first
wait,
thing in the film, to be clear, is the song Butterfly.
Butterfly, yeah.
hell yeah. Which all cards on the table here. Watching the first little montage at the beginning of this movie in the needle drop, I forgot about that. And after watching What Women Want, you're like, oh shit, she's about to do that again. And then the movie starts. Like, I think the movie actually starts in the car because I'm like, I don't need any of that. I know I'm going to know everything about Harry in about 2 seconds here because it's Jack. You know what I mean? And Jack himself is a playboy in real life as well. He dated a lot of women as well. So that's the thing too. Is it's like, and Jack Nicholson and Warren Beatty are
And
best
so was
friends.
Diane.
Yeah,
That's the other part of it. She
so-
never got married. She's
No.
the ultimate bachelor.
And she was with
really.
Warren Beatty for many years.
Mhm.
And so, but like
Her
I
dating
think,
history is interesting.
yeah, it's
It
stacked.
features one of the all-time great upgrades for any woman.
Well, you might as well say it for everybody out
Going
here.
from Woody Allen to Warren Beatty is
There you
like
go.
one of the greatest things you can achieve, I
Yeah.
think.
Jay, what would be like the sports equivalent of going from Woody Allen to
Oh my
to Warren
God. Yeah.
Beatty?
People love when we do sports analogies on
Well,
the
there you
show.
go. Well, yeah, that you're getting into the niche of our audience.
I mean, who was the small forward for the Miami Heat when LeBron signed with them? I mean, it's basically that.
Like James Jones.
Yeah, I think he might have come later. But, yeah, I mean, basically, yeah.
No. Okay. All right. Well, good for him.
I don't know. Who was the power forward for the center for the Spurs before Wembanyama?
Jakob Pertl.
That's it. Jakob
Yeah.
Pertl is Woody Allen, and
Jakob Pertl though
Wembanyama
makes
is Warren Beatty.
$30 million a year though. So I think
I mean,
he's doing fine.
he was very
Yeah.
successful.
Yeah, no,
He was.
he's some would say Jakob Pertl, the Woody Allen of his time.
That's exactly right.
Sorry to all the Jakob Pertl
So
and
many
to Jakob
people say
Pertl's
that.
family. He's now
I
living
don't
in
know if
Toronto.
many people listening know who that is.
I think
I think they all
you're
do.
under. I think they all.
think
do.
they
I think
all
you're
do.
underestimating the Jakob Pertl fan
I
base.
want to bring this up. So watch this with my wife. She's ecstatic about this series. The fashion aesthetic
Hell
of
yeah!
this period is just awful. It is
Yeah.
so bad.
Wait. You're
Mhm.
you're talking about like
Early 2000s, the aughts.
But no, you're talking like a man, like when they're out at dinner.
I mean, the first thing that my wife said very early was, "I had those jeans. They're awful.
Mhm.
Like the lowrider jeans. I mean, it's
Amanda Pete's outfits.
Amanda
had.
Pete's. Yeah, that was
Yeah.
like literally my cousin's. Like literally.
I mean,
growing
Diane
up.
Keaton has been wearing essentially the same thing for
Yeah, so you can't get mad at
Her
her.
whole life.
Yeah.
Her and Jack's outfit, they just brought that from home.
Yeah.
You know,
They did their she famously does her own costumes for
her
so
night.
many of her
I
movies.
gotta tell you, their PJs.
They did Frances McDormand dirty. in
Yeah,
this.
they did. Yeah, but their PJs.
But I'm sure she's never been
awesome.
happier in
That's
costume
true.
though than she is here.
But if it was Frances, she would have slipped a Birkenstock in there, and we all know that she loves comfortable shoes. So
Mhm, she
even Nancy
does.
said, no. But yeah, like Jack looks like their PJs are so quintessential to them. It's great.
Great robe.
Great robe. Yeah. And
My
Keanu-
favorite costuming in the movie, and this is because of a line my wife said, was when they're in France and all of a sudden Keanu is in this like huge turtleneck and
black
turtleneck?
she said, "Oh my God, she infected him with turtleneckitis."
Well, no, she's
What I
making
plan
him.
to do.
She's making him dress all black. She's trying to make him. She's trying to make him Jack in that moment. A little
He
bit.
looks good there, I
Oh,
think.
I mean, he
Keanu
looks.
looks so
so
good,
good.
in this movie. Oh
He's
my
so-
God.
The
Yeah,
man is
so
40
good.
years
He's so
old
pretty.
in this movie, and you're like, Jesus Christ, what a snack!
He
I mean,
reads
perfect
as
skin.
like 28 in this movie.
No,
Mhm.
yeah, and he's never aged. He still looks great.
He's starting to age a little bit.
He
He
still
looks
looks.
so
Look,
good though.
We
He looks-
all do.
He looks great though,
He's got the
buddy.
scruff now. He's
Yeah.
leaning into it a little bit.
Well, that's what happens when you do a lot of John Wicks.
yeah, he looks awesome.
Yeah, those movies are great though. He's great.
Cool.
It's great
Um,
having Keanu in the zeitgeist. You know what I mean? Like it.
Mhm.
He never goes away. Like that's the thing. It's like all these people, all these years have like tried to getting rid of.
Well, he's
Keanu
had
Reeves
his
and-
like nadirs, like he's had his
He's
fallow
had-
periods, and then he comes
Yeah.
back.
Yeah, and then he comes back, and man, he comes back, and but people love him. Like he's a movie star.
But this
Like,
is sort of unlike anything else he's done. I mean,
Oh,
I haven't
oh,
seen
yeah.
The Lake House. But
Oh, he's not.
Yeah, I was
A
gonna
Lake
say
House
it's
is a
like
wild
the Lake House,
movie.
and that's talk about wow. I'd love to hear you guys talk about that and the
We'll cover it
tangents
one
you
day.
could
We'll
go
cover
on.
it one day. Who directed the late? I'll look that up. You guys talk amongst yourselves.
That's
I think that was
interesting.
Milos Forman. I think that was one of his last films.
Are you being for real?
Stop it.
Alejandro Agresti.
Gonzalez Iñárritu.
Me too. um,
One more nitpick on an outfit, and then we can move into the actual movie. This is with Amanda Peet.
absolutely.
I do think it's hilarious at the beginning, when like she's like they're finally in the house and she's like starting to take off her clothes and she's on the bed and she still has her sunglasses, those horrible sunglasses
No,
on
those
her
are
head.
rough. Yeah.
It's like She's managed to take off those terrible low-rise jeans, but she can't get rid of the sunglasses just
Can I
yet.
tell you what is awesome? And I want to live in that place is the grocery store they go to.
I love
Fucking love that
that
place.
grocery
It's a good
store.
grocery store.
Yeah.
That's
it's just,
that style of
Yeah.
grocery store.
where it's just
The
like you pick
Hamptons
your
grocery store.
you pick it your own, and it feels so like it's
That's where
very
Ina
rich,
Garden
but
goes.
exactly,
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah.
She's like
It
when
doesn't
you're
feel corporate.
yeah, it's
Mhm.
like the butcher,
But it's
you
also
know
like
what I mean?
not too small.
Exactly, right. And
Mhm.
it's like store bought. I know the store bought guy. You know what I mean?
Right. Store-bought is fine in this
Yeah.
case.
In this
Yeah.
case, because she probably owns the store. Literally, this store is the prequel store to what Meryl owns, and it's complicated. I'm telling you. Like
Yeah.
And this is the birth. This movie is the birth of really the kitchens. Like we
Mhm.
kind of get a glimpse of the kitchen in The Parent Trap. We don't really get a kitchen in Nick's apartment in What Women Want. So we really get kitchen action in this movie. Both like literally the start of the film, the most important moment where they realize they have feelings for one another, the Amanda Pete scene when she comes back, like they're eating eggs and okay, this was another pet peeve of
Mhm.
my wife and um, eggs and wine, red wine,
We definitely discussed that
Weird.
as well. But
Yeah.
weird taste.
I'll give it this. It's like they were in such a state of bliss that it was
Yeah.
almost like it didn't matter. To me,
Yeah.
that's the most romantic thing imaginable. Eggs
But like
and
take
wine.
that out, take the bliss out. Just red wine
I mean,
and
do you think
scrambled
in a
eggs.
the bliss is
in
the
a
point?
vacuum.
What is this, a episode of Frasier? Like, what are we talking about here? It just
in a vacuum, a torturous meal.
yeah.
Yeah.
They wouldn't be going to bed. They would be in the bathroom. Like, there's no question about that. Sorry, it's just yeah.
I
It
don't
doesn't
know.
seem like it would fit the
Ryan,
digestive tract.
That's too much.
No, I'm sorry.
Mhm.
I'm not. That's save that for the Schrader series.
The card counter.
Save that for the Cronenberg series. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Well, the pasta that they make looks really good. They have that at the beginning when they're all sitting
I
around.
was so mad that they don't make the pancakes.
That's a frustrating.
That
I hate
was
that.
that was a fireable offense because like she
Well,
put the
I
milk
get mad
in
when they
there.
waste food in movies and just like in
Mhm.
general when people don't
Mhm.
eat their food. I question them.
As a father of a 2-year-old, I don't get mad at that anymore. Food just
Really?
gets wasted. It's how it happens.
Yeah, but they're not 2-year-olds. They're
But
grown
I was
ass
just
adults.
mad at Amanda Pete for ruining that.
I know. My
that
son
moment.
today, he threw
Marin.
all of his eggs off his plate and it went all in my fluffy dog's fur. It was horrible.
Oh.
It
That's
was
horrible.
so bad.
Ugh.
What did she like bring him? Like
What?
like Sophia, what did she like bring him? She like brought him like
She has grocery like all sort. She has bags of food too.
I thought yeah, but like they're
She's
in
like catering.
yeah, it looks like it, right? No, I just didn't
Yeah.
know if that was like because they're in New York.
I don't
and,
remember.
um,
Well, honestly though, like
the geography of this is a wild.
no,
movie.
because it takes
Like,
longer to get from the city to the Hamptons.
Yeah.
But they can just kind of go
No, they
very
just-
quickly and easily, which is funny.
It's like when you're playing like Mario Party and you like get from one tunnel to the next to the other side of the map.
I wish I could teleport the way that they do in this movie.
It's wild. Though. Like, yeah, I was just hanging out with some friends, went to a
Yeah.
grocery store, grabbed food, and drove all the way to the
Yeah.
fucking
It's
Hamptons.
it's at least a 2-hour drive, and it really probably wouldn't even be likely that she would have a car.
No.
How far away you think that hospital is?
Oh,
Hospital, not too bad.
Probably
Not
like
too bad.
15.
No.
So
Is
funny
there-
when he goes to the hospital.
It's so funny. It's very all that jazz. And he's
Your
like,
dad's gonna be okay.
No.
Excuse
Oh.
me. Your granddad's,
Granddad's
gonna
Your
be okay.
granddad.
And then they
That's
just
gonna
go,
be
"Oh,
okay."
thank God." You know what I mean?
"Ah."
Well, I do have a funny. Well, I mean, he technically does become a granddad by the end of the film,
Mhm.
and he's probably. I was talking. We had a lot of conversations during this movie, me and the wife, and at the end of it, she goes, and we both agreed she's probably more of a grandfather to the kid than her own dad. She seems to have a lot of problems and issues with her dad. Her dad's marrying now a younger woman, so they're probably not going to spend a lot of time hanging out with, with Harry and and Erica. And she's very close to her mom, and she's got obviously close relationship with Harry in the past. They have a history.
Marin is like so chill about it.
Yeah, she's like, yeah, just go ahead. I was going to have sex with
about some things and not chill about others.
She's
which
like,
makes her such a weird character to me.
she wants him to she wants her to have. She just wants her mom to have sex. That's all she wants. She's
really
like,
does.
Because Keanu, she's like, do it. And then with Harry, she's like, I'm getting rid of Harry. And you just go with him. We didn't have sex or anything. I mean, I was about to bang him literally minutes before he had a heart attack, but never did though. They made that clear. But then she's like, it doesn't matter. And then her timeline of her being with a guy and then being pregnant again, time does not exist in this movie. It really does. It doesn't exist.
That's so funny too. Like her whole timeline near the end just makes
no sense.
So wild. It's like this man just appears.
I'm having the baby in 9
Danny
months.
Benjamin. And he's like the most passive, nice, anti Jack Nicholson look. Like,
man, you want to come in
imagine.
Here? Yeah, you want to have
if he can't
have a brew?
If Danny can't climb a flight of stairs, how does he get back to the house?
What do you mean?
Wait,
Danny.
What? No, Danny
Harry.
Benjamin.
Sorry,
is
Harry.
her.
Yes, Harry.
It's like that's her.
It's like,
her
wow,
husband.
that's how she. That's how she got. Well, Danny had to climb a flight of stairs with Marin too. Technically,
they have a walk up.
If Harry can't climb a flight of stairs, how does he get back to the house?
Elevator was broken one day. That's a good question. I guess it's a hill. Is a hill worse than a flight of stairs?
Is there like a
he needs a gradual incline?
Very gradual slope somewhere.
Yeah. It looks like it. It looks like you can see it off.
You can see it when they're walking.
Yeah, or like it's a little walkway to it.
Yeah,
right?
Something with
he probably had help. He had help too. So
that's it. Just like both times where they go back to that thing and it's like center shot right there.
Great cut when they say, as a general rule, if you can climb a flight of stairs, you can have sex. Hard cut to like this shallow focus POV view of the stairs on the beach.
I'm telling you, some of the shots in this movie are wild. You know, like when he gets. Oh, I'm sorry, Sophia. Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Well, when he gets out of the elevator in Paris, and he goes in through New York again. Time doesn't matter. I actually think he changed clothes from going up to down, and he literally teleported there. I don't think he actually took a flight
in Paris.
What about when he has the fake beard to all of a sudden he's like, oh, here I am again.
Well, Jay, he found her in Paris because she told him about the restaurant.
And it was her birthday. Oh, yes, the restaurant.
Yeah. But of course she would be there. It has to
work.
The weirdest thing about the restaurant to me, we're really, really jumping around. It's fine.
Yeah, we are.
We are. We probably need to recenter ourselves here in a minute, but yes.
Probably. But when they're in Paris, the fact that when Keanu comes back to the table, I just have so many questions about his behavior here and how he's acting.
Bought a ring to marry her.
That's crazy that you're here, man.
In front of him.
Oh, it's a total you need to. And then he's like, no, but stay.
But he lets him stay.
No, dude, you're gonna propose to her. Get her the fuck out of there, man.
Yeah.
You know that she still has feelings. You know what No, Sophia, you're absolutely right here because the whole crux of this movie and one of the funniest scenes in all the movie. I gave this
5 stars on Letterboxd.
Yeah,
it's a 5-star vibe.
It's a 5-star movie,
but I have my nitpicks.
Yeah,
because you have to.
You don't have to justify it anyway. It's a 5-star movie for me. But
movies are greater than the sum of their parts.
But the whole big scene is Keaton crying. Who is she crying about? And the whole movie is built off of her pain. Is what gets her to make this artistic achievement and everything. It's the biggest work of her career, and it is all about this man. You let this man, who is still a part of her heart and soul, literally back there. Without this man, y'all don't have your relationship. So, you let him sit down and eat with you, and it's Jack Nicholson, who's one of the most charming motherfuckers on the planet. You deserve to lose Diane Keaton at the end of it. I've heard all these arguments for years about how could she pick Jack over Keanu. Keanu lets it fucking happen to himself. He's an idiot.
Yeah, he lets her go. I've always
Yeah.
been of this mind too, and I feel like we'll have to talk about that as we get to the end of the episode of like, does she make the right choice?
Yeah.
But for me, it's like, Keanu, he lets her go.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
Jack fights for her. He goes. I mean, I'm not even using their character names. That's how much I see them as movie stars.
Look, it's one of my worst habits.
Yeah.
But yes.
No, but like,
yeah.
no, Harry literally goes on a trip around the world to make himself the man that she needs him to be. And she sees that, and that's all she needed. It was that simple. Spending probably thousands of dollars to have women slap him in the face for like 6
Yeah,
months
that is
straight.
very funny.
It's a really good bit. It's but it also too there's like Sophia, like you're mentioning, this movie has multiple meta angles to it, not just the stars, but ultimately Nancy herself is a massive meta angle that I think finishes off a sort of weird quasi trilogy and theme from her own divorce. And that, we talked about it with The Parent Trap, that movie being a movie for kids. Literally, Lindsay Lohan's characters are named after her daughters. And then the next movie is about the most despicable man. And what is the
Women
most
Want has a very high opinion of men.
Yeah. And also that man, the main character, is literally stealing all the ideas from a genius person that is now her boss or his boss. So like, and yeah, they end up in love because that's probably a studio note.
It wasn't her script at the end of the day, but it does feel very pointed.
It does feel like you know why she gravitated towards it. Yeah. And then this is,
she started it, I think, and then it morphed into something else. But yeah.
But then Erica is a combination of Nancy and Diane Keaton. They have been collaborators for years together when she was a screenwriter, and so this isn't the first time that they've worked together. It's just the first time they worked together with Nancy behind the camera. And I mean, literally the way Diane Keaton looks, if you put a picture side by side, that's how Nancy Meyers looks. They got the same haircut, they dress very similar. Like it's these characters
like Robert Pattinson in Tenet.
Yes.
With this haircut and Christopher Nolan's.
Bingo. Yeah. And so there's a little bit of
That's
both.
so
and
funny
it's
being like, I look like Robert Pattinson.
I look kind of, or actually, I'm gonna make Robert Pattinson.
It's like that the story of Tarantino in From Dusk Till Dawn, where he goes up to Clooney, or like he talks to Robert Rodriguez, and he's like, I saw you in a magazine, and I was like, we look like brothers. And Clooney is like, all right, man, okay, sure.
Sure.
Wait, Jay, can you do your Tarantino again?
Yeah,
I don't have a good Tarantino.
No, but
so like I decided to give Margot Robbie no lines because I don't really care for women that much.
Don't you do that.
Oh.
That is no. God damn it! I hate that. Oh,
I just wanted to push a button there.
Low hanging fruit argument.
I love that movie.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah. It's a great movie.
Another vibes movie, by the way.
That's a good vibes movie. Yeah. And I think with Erica as a character, I think it's right that she is a combination of Nancy Meyers and Diane Keaton. But what's funny is she is so much more Nancy Meyers because like Diane Keaton, she does dress like this character. And I think when we think of her, this character is one of those people who we think of, because I think a lot of Diane Keaton's characters have become synonymous with the person, but the type A nature of this character is
meticulousness.
So Nancy. That to me is like, when I think of Nancy Meyers, it is like that part of Erica. And even the moment when Erica's telling them all the play that she's working on, and she kind of goes on, she's like, it's about, this type A woman writer but she's also kind of fun. And everyone's just like,
you're like, okay.
You
if you say so.
If you say. So it's like she's going to be searching for that. And we know, right, that meta aspect is going to be something that has to develop throughout the movie. And it's something that I think through writing this and through working on it that Nancy found in herself. And the turtleneck thing, getting into that scene, but also just how turtlenecks are used in the movie, because as a fan of turtlenecks, as a wearer of turtlenecks, Diane Keaton is the queen of them. She taught me how to wear them and how to style them. I'm very serious about this.
Came over to the house.
And,
Big deal.
you know, my real mother, my mom, my actual mom, her contact photo
She was
in
just
my
like,
phone
I'm
is Diane
sorry.
Keaton.
Oh, is it really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's right.
They're very similar though, actually. They both have that kind of like kooky, eccentric energy and dress
Your
the
mom's
same.
Your mom's very nice.
She
I
is
got to
really
meet her in
nice.
New York. She's very nice.
Yes.
Your dad rules. Your dad rules too.
He's my dad is special.
I always got to know if, when your dad's going to fall asleep through a movie. It usually, those are
They told you he stayed awake during Wicked. We thought
I
that
was
gonna
shocked.
be
I was
lights
shocked.
out very quickly. But he stayed awake. But with the turtlenecks here, I love how, after Harry cuts the turtleneck off of Erica, we don't see her wearing them again.
It's true. So what is the turtleneck a symbol for in that situation? This was my entire thought. I need the turtleneck thesis of this film. What are we supposed to take away from the fact that she is cutting the turtleneck off, unshackling herself from the restriction of the turtleneck?
I think so. I think here, because I think though, like, to be pro Diane Keaton is to be inherently pro turtleneck, and this is what I think separates the character from the persona a bit. Is like Diane Keaton has always been this like master of menswear pieces as women's wear. And so for her, a turtleneck is a symbol of power and it's a fashion statement. But for Erica, it's a more restrictive thing. Like it covers up her neck, which I think like women as they get older are more insecure about that. So I think that once we're seeing her, after he cuts it off of her, like we're suddenly seeing her in like more crew necks or V-necks or like things that show off her neck more, which she was hiding before. So I think for Erica, it's more of a constrictive thing.
Unshackling herself from the T-neck.
Well,
I think so.
That's why Sophia is wearing a mock turtleneck and I'm over here looking like
it's
a Swiss gentleman.
Well, Jay, for the listeners out there, you have to tell them what you are wearing.
Yeah.
You set yourself up for this. You got to tell everybody what you're wearing.
I didn't do this to not tell people about it. I mean,
I know, but we literally found out minutes before that Jay.
No, not minutes. Yeah. Like when we logged on.
Yeah.
So I went to the popular store Target today.
Target, as Nancy.
And I decided I'm going to wear a turtleneck for the pod tonight. I think it's important. I think certainly with Sophia on, the bit will never be more effective. And so I went to Target, was looking for it, anywhere. Couldn't find one. Clearance rack. Turtlenecks. The women's section, turtlenecks. Go in there. 2X women's turtleneck. Fits like a freaking glove. I mean, it is so comfy. It's hot as hell. It's hot as hell.
Are you going to keep it?
I will be, apologies to the Target Corporation if they hear this. I will be returning this in a day or two.
Oh, man.
Unless they become a sponsor for the pod.
Oh, well,
I love the idea that someone is going to maybe buy this clearance turtleneck after you've returned it, and they have no idea that you wore this as part of a bit for a Nancy Meyers podcast.
Well, I don't know. Post the picture on the Twitter account or something. I don't know, but
it's a heavy duty turtleneck.
It's a real deal turtleneck. Yeah. I'm not messing around.
No. I mean,
you give me a bit, I'll commit.
I mean, like
it's white. That's important too.
Yeah.
Oh, that was crucial. Yeah,
that was crucial. With hints of black lines in it.
Well, I almost want to hide the black. I wish it was a pure snow white.
No, but like that means that you're allowing
it's very preppy though.
But you're allowing Harry into your heart then, because
I do look like a Harvard grad in the mountains of Vermont.
Yes.
Yeah.
I just think that
You look like your name is like, and what would I call you? Like, I don't know. Your name would be like Baron or something.
Oh God! Thank God Josh isn't on this
Yeah.
podcast.
Jay Van Johnson.
He makes fun of my
Yeah.
vibes
Yeah.
Vaughn
enough
or
already.
Yeah,
something.
Von
Me in a
Johnson.
white turtleneck.
Yeah, exactly.
Forget about it.
Yeah, he and be like throwing money. Like he wouldn't
Think
have to
about
return this. He would
what
just
a-
be like, "Oh, I'm going to throw this money away." Like most of the things they do in this movie, it feels like. It just feels like they're printing money through this movie when you watch it.
They're very wealthy. It makes you wonder like what kind of playwright she is, like what kind of hit play this was.
But also,
Who do you
Sophia.
think is the richest playwright in the world?
Oh, so
Exclusive playwright.
playwright, not musicals.
So like they don't do like
Tony
films
Kushner
too.
doesn't count. Yeah,
Oh,
Hmm.
well, Tony Kushner started mostly on stage, and now, oh, but you're saying
but
because
now he's doing Spielberg stuff.
Yeah,
he's probably
okay.
made more money on movies than plays.
yeah, that's true. I mean,
Hmm.
shit, that's
Oh my
a good
gosh.
question.
Richest playwrights.
It's
I
more
would
a
have to
question
think
for
about
Sophia
that.
because she knows that more than. I mean, Ryan might know it. I don't know.
That's pretty fucking rude. That you
Well, she
would
lives
think
in New
that-
York. She lives
Well,
in
I
New
mean,
York.
I get that, but like,
I mean, I would imagine that David Mamet's pretty rich.
That's
I'm not-
true. But he did movies.
I'm an editor
Yeah,
at
but,
an
like, I
awards
think he's-
website. I wouldn't know the
He's
Tonys.
known for plays, I would
just
say.
I'm just kidding. I actually have no fucking idea. I would not. No. I mean, I know probably more. Like, I mean, like if you're talking about musicals, it's probably like what Andrew Lloyd Webber or fucking
Yeah.
Lin-Manuel Miranda.
It's hard
you
to
know.
think of someone.
But he's
who
now in
isn't
movies. Everybody's now
associated
in
with
movies now.
Movies, yeah.
You know.
I mean, Arthur Miller was definitely he made a lot of money. If you look at the estate where Daniel Day-Lewis and Rebecca Miller live.
How was Tennessee at? Like Tennessee Williams, was he pretty neat? Probably.
If you
I mean, I
adjust
think,
for
like, all those
inflation,
guys,
William Shakespeare
yeah.
probably.
Well, Billy Shakes.
Billy Shakespeare
Billy
probably
Shakes,
did okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, he probably. You know what? Did he write him?
Although honestly, kids, you know what? Some people might call William Shakespeare the first rapper.
Oh, for God's sakes! Do you think Jack would have
I
signed
wonder
him?
how Erica would feel about that.
Yeah, would Jack have signed? What is it? Drive-by records. That's actually
It's so
It's for the time
yeah.
for 2003. Yeah,
Yeah.
I could see an artist winning a Grammy from Drive-by Records. And also the fact that it's Jack Nicholson who is the like owner of this company is crazy.
And he owns
I got my
multiple
finger
companies.
on the pulse.
I love
Yeah.
that too. And she's like, what does it mean he owns?
I got
A
a
lot of
finger on the
companies.
pulse.
He was a
baby.
Bitcoin guy for sure.
Oh yeah, big time. What other investments do you think that Harry was in like afterwards? Or do you think he retired after he found Erica?
Acon City.
Oh, for God's sake, no.
Oh,
Not Acon City, god damn it, no. Oh no, not Acon City.
he actually would be very interested in Acon City as a concept
Like,
if we think about it.
yeah. No, but Erica's around, so there's no way he would get away with it. Like you gotta think of like smart investments that she would
He's now really involved with like the NIL for Rutgers.
Yeah, okay. All right. Well, I didn't think that that's where that was going to go, but all right. I like that kind of actually.
Well, the fact too that he and Marin met at a Christie's auction.
Well, because she was
Not to bring up my day job, but being involved in the art world, that is a very funny way that actually makes a lot of sense as a way for a rich older man to meet a woman of her age. Again, anyway, but the fact that he is just at
Care to
a
share?
wine auction and it's okay at a wine auction in particular, and he just like what's he say? It's like I just kept raising my paddle.
I just kept raising my panel. Until I
Until
bought
Mm-hmm.
every bottle of Chateau Margaux, the way he says it.
Yeah.
He's probably a big Theranos guy.
Oh my God.
Oh no.
No. Why
No.
are you making him get in the worst investments? He seems
I don't
very
know.
wealthy.
He feels shady to me. He called his music studio Drive By Records.
No, he invested in it. It's not
I think he had something to do with it. It was actually called Wholesome Records before he got there, and then he was like, "I'll only invest if you call it Drive-By
Records.
I mean, owning 10 companies is a little sketchy.
It is a little
It's
sketchy,
a lot,
but also like
she
if you,
says.
when you watch the party sequence when he comes back home, he does seem
That
like
party
a very
is so funny.
he
It is
seems
very
so alone. Like he doesn't seem
Yeah.
like he enjoys it.
Yeah.
So it's not like
Yeah.
I don't think
It's true.
I think he's more just
He's
I
like
put my
Tom
money
Cruise in
into it.
Eyes Wide Shut.
For God's sake, if there's nothing like that
Yeah.
in this movie,
I'm
stop it.
very estranged. I feel very disconnected from the world around me.
No, but like he just feels
What's
like
this weird letter I got?
no, I just think that he's more of an investor in these things and takes all the money rather like he started something smaller once and then the record company is probably what he's known for most from young girls or girls he's trying to pick up. And so because he's been an eligible bachelor for years, like he's the escape artist, right?
Yeah.
And so
Why did he have to go to her mom's house? Surely he's got
Well, this is what I'm saying.
that's a good
what's
question.
weird. He
'Cause
has
he's-
he has to have multiple properties.
Jay, because he's a gentleman. He's waiting.
That's the greatest sign of a gentleman. I want to mooch off your mom's house, not go to one of my properties.
I'm going right to the refrigerator and I'm getting whatever's inside. Oh, look, she has lobsters in here.
I drink straight out of the bottle. Hope your mom doesn't mind.
Yeah. Is this whole milk or 2%?
But
but
is
then
this a
the-
good time to talk about Frances McDormand?
Hell.
Now that we're at the fridge.
Hell yeah, we're at that fridge. That fridge is wild. There's so much shit. It's like you walk into that fridge and literally you're in the grocery store that they're in a couple scenes later. Because remember,
It's a great fridge.
time and space don't mean anything. It's like Interstellar for Christ's sake. This is when Francis comes in. Francis pulling out a knife on Jack Nicholson for Christ's sake. I love Frances McDormand. This is we talk about all the other people in this movie that it's unlike anything in their filmography. This is unlike anything Frances McDormand has ever done in her entire
It's
life.
like Tilda Swinton in Trainwreck.
Yes.
Where
Oh
I
my
remember
God.
watching Trainwreck and being like, who is this?
Yeah.
I feel like I recognize this person, but I can't put my finger on it. And in this one, it's very clearly Frances McDormand, not exactly the same thing, but it is like, well, why did they do this? She has an Oscar. What is she doing?
Yeah.
I
a
love
good
her
paycheck as a Nancy
so
Meyers movie.
much in this movie, though, and wish she was in it more. Like, I wish she was just there for the whole weekend somehow.
Her
Her character is kind of pointless.
she has no.
No, she's great.
She's great.
I like
You
her in it. I
need
wish she had more purpose in the movie.
Yeah.
Jay, you
But
need but you need characters like this. You need
Mhm.
it's like having oh god, what's
It's
her
a
name?
tapestry.
What's her name in The Parent Trap? It's like having those characters.
Chessie.
It's like having Chessie.
Oh, I mean, Chessie's absolutely
Chessie's-
one of the elite. That should have been an Oscar-nominated performance.
Well, you didn't nominate her when we talked about that a couple weeks
That
ago.
actually is a great kitchen.
Yeah, it is. It's
Their
just
kitchen
not,
is immaculate. It's just not emphasized.
it's just
much.
not
It's
emphasized
not.
and utilized.
She makes that great breakfast, and she's
Yeah.
like, "Thanks, I'm
Yeah,
not
and
hungry."
Yeah,
I know I didn't say supporting
Oh,
performer.
wow.
I meant that's because I would nominate her for a Nobel Prize.
How do you not eat that fucking breakfast? You know what Chessie made? Like literally,
Chocolate
you're,
chip pancakes.
you're literally trying to keep up the facade of the lie, and you can't eat the goddamn breakfast. Be an American.
It's so
God.
great that the American girl has the appetite and the British one doesn't want to eat.
Exactly,
I love
there
that.
you It's like
Another
you actually
deranged
do you not
detail in
understand that the
movie.
food here has flavor now? You could eat. It's okay. You know?
Will
That
seasoning
movie
here.
is absolutely like out of its mind. I love it, but it is.
Oh yeah.
But also,
it-
but
it
also
exists
too,
in a world outside of our own.
without Frances, you don't get them to all the rest of the movie
Mhm.
doesn't work because she's like, all right, everyone, we can be adults, we can stay here, because otherwise Diane leaves and
I'll be honest,
probably
the movie works fine without her.
probably Jack dies. You know what I mean? That's
Jack dies without Frances. Yeah.
exactly for real. I would
Well,
straight up
I think
believe
too
that.
it's important though that like you get to see I think what Erica's world looks like. Her friend is her sister, Zoe,
Mhm.
which like, I'm very
It's like
close to my
a-
sister too, but like
She's-
that's her friend. She's
What does
friends with
she
her
like
daughter.
do? Like her
She's
sister.
she is a women's studies professor at
Professor.
Columbia,
Bingo.
which is
There you go.
again, it's like that is on the same like wavelength for me as
Oh, I'm sorry, she is a lesbian
Yeah,
feminist women's studies
she is a
professor
lesbian,
at
correct.
Columbia University. Yes.
it's the perfect job for her. And I like how she is used as like, but again, it's like getting to know Erica's little world. It's like she doesn't have a lot of friends
No.
or, other relationships that we really know about. Her ex-husband
Is her
is also
manager?
her writing, he's her director of her plays. So it's like everything was kind of like intertwined
She's like,
I wonder
for
if
her.
that's anything related to Nancy Meyers' personal life.
Yeah, right.
that's what I'm
So it's like
saying.
this very small circle, but like Frances, I like that the Zoe character, her purpose, like yes, she could be in it more and we could talk about whether cutting her out makes sense. I love that performance in the role, but I like how she's kind of the one who's needling them and really pushing everything together. And she's the one who remembers the New York Magazine article about Harry. And she also has so many great lines. My favorite is "Thank God men die younger than us. It's the only break we get."
Do you also know that Nancy Meyers only has one sibling, and it's a sister?
We love an autobiographical film sometimes from an
This is her all
auteur.
that jazz.
Yeah.
This is her all that
This
jazz.
is her all that jazz. Straight
Is it
up.
normal? And look, this is an educational episode as much as anything. I think
Yeah.
that's a very important part.
Well, you're the
of,
voice
the
of
Nancy
for all
Meyers
women
oeuvre.
here, Jay.
I'm trying to be.
Mhm.
I'm sorry.
I'm
sorry.
trying to be.
I'm not
I'm
trying to
striving
cut
for
you
that.
off. Yeah.
Is it normal for sisters like smack each other's butts? Is that a thing that happens a lot?
I don't want to. Oh, you go, Sophia. You have
No,
actually.
Ryan, that was directed at you specifically.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry.
I would say like my sister and I don't have that kind of relationship, but I think it's normal for some siblings to be kind of just like playfully touchy.
But let me turn it back around, Sophia.
Yeah.
Jay, what the fuck do you do with your brother though? Because what do guys do then with their brothers? Like they do some of.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
Like
like,
shoving
certainly,
people around and
Yeah,
certainly
like-
not normal. I mean, look,
like-
we're wrestling for sure. You know,
I was
Yeah.
gonna say wrestling's right
yeah.
there, right?
No, I think it's normal.
Oh yeah,
Okay.
yeah. You know,
Right.
just
Yeah.
joking around, palling
Look,
around.
again, I'm here to learn.
I mean, the reason why
I'm
you have
here to
Frances.
learn.
The
It
reason
is
why you-
true though. I mean, it's factually true that women do have a longer life expectancy.
That is true. That's a great line in the movie.
And we need to talk about it.
God damn it, Jay. But no, I mean, if we don't have Frances McDormand in this movie, we don't get to see her literally dance and hump to "Let's
That
Get
is
It
so
On,"
funny.
and it's like put this in the Smithsonian. It's so good.
What the hell are Harry? What are they doing? Just blasting. Let's get it on.
And she's loud.
But also,
Like,
what are
again,
What are they doing?
Poor Danny
All their
Benjamin.
clothes are on.
Like,
Yeah.
And look, I mean, I know.
They're poor neighbors and they're
yeah, I know, right? You're like, can you keep it down up there? God damn it, Danny. You know,
It's like-
no
it is
time
like they're
has
going
passed
out of their
between
way to be
dinner.
heard.
Yeah, no time has passed between dinner and the music.
You need at
again,
playing
least
either.
30
It's like
minutes.
right
You need
away.
at least
Time
30 minutes.
doesn't exist in this fucking wonderful movie because they didn't even help clear the fucking table, and they're already like,
No.
well, we're going in the other room.
When when he has the heart attack and she's screaming for her mom, she's like, "We were just fooling around." Well, she's like, she looks exactly the same as she did 5 minutes ago.
Jack's a slow burn.
Yeah.
Well, he had to wait for the Viagra to kick in.
Oh, right. That scene,
Right?
that part is really
That's
funny.
very
His
funny.
That's
eyes
And the close up to the
when he grabs the
Yeah.
IV, rips it out of his arm.
It's so good. Oh, but then it leads into him being hyped up on the drugs and my favorite.
We see some Jack butt.
We see some Jack butt,
Mhm.
but like the funny bit is where they're trying to get him back and he like scurries, like Jack
Yeah.
scurry. I'm gonna
Uh-huh.
get you. You know what I mean? Like
I love
it's
that he is
fun.
willing to embarrass himself.
That's
That's one
the-
of my favorite
Mhm.
Nicholson things.
That's what
Yeah,
the
he's
thing
so
about
good at
this
that.
movie that's so crazy. And like this, then to what you said earlier, Sophia, with like De Niro or Meryl or anybody else, they see this movie and they go, well, if Jack can be that vulnerable, right? If I mean, obviously Mel was kind
He's
of
always kind of done that though. For the biggest movie star in the world, he doesn't have a ton of vanity on screen.
yeah, I guess so. But
I
but like other movie stars, you see this in your old, but it's different when you're younger as opposed to when you're in your 60s still doing it like this. That's a little bit different, wouldn't you say?
Well,
In a
I do
playful
like
romantic comedy, like
it's
both of
very
them in this
funny.
movie.
Well,
It's
Diane
very
Keaton,
funny how
obviously.
both of them
Yeah.
respond to nudity,
moment
like
for
both
her.
of their characters.
They're
like,
laughing their
and
ass off, and
the actors too of like, because I mean, she also like she'd done some nudity in her career before. 'Cause she had Looking for Mr. Goodbar, which is a wild movie. That's like the good version of Promising Young Woman, if you've ever seen it.
good movie.
Never seen it. Is that about like a handy guy?
Yeah, it's about the maker of Hershey's.
Yeah,
Pretty wild.
That's the original
it's actually
Wonka.
Wonka, the prequel.
Yeah, it's the Wonka prequel. It's about Slugworth.
Oh my God. But I love when he says to her when she like after he like sees her naked and they have the awkward moment and everything, and then the next day when she's wearing that like all black outfit and she has the sunglasses on and the black hat, and he's like, "You don't see me acting nuts and wearing glasses and hats and weird outfits."
It's incredibly funny. I also like later in the film where he says something along the lines of like, are you naked in there? I'm just here. I am. I'm coming in.
I'm coming. Yeah, when she's like just working, right?
Yeah.
You don't
I
see
didn't
me
see
get
anything.
nuts.
Yeah.
He's incredibly charming. Like that's a charming thing to do after that happened. Like it's a good joke. Good
See
gag.
my ass. You know what I mean? Like it's so good. It's so good. I didn't see much, just your tits. You know, and then
That is a funny line, and the way he says it too.
He's one of those all-time, like 98% of people in the world can't
Cannot
say the stuff he says and get away with it, but it's
Jack,
somehow charming
because it's Jack.
Exactly.
And like,
it's the
but
Jack
also,
magic.
I was going down. I was trying to get to the kitchen, and I got lost. You know.
I also like when he just like slams into the wall.
I know those perfectly, probably framed
The
picture
frames.
frames are destroyed, and there's no mention of them. Also love like when he's sad later on when she's on the date with Keanu and he's rating her photos. It's funny, but then it's also like, oh, you want to be with her. You want to be with 1970s Diane, the woman that you were with in Reds.
Well, apparently she was so good in this movie that he thought she actually was in love with him, and she's like, "No, I'm not." Just playing
Jack
the
thought
character. Yeah,
Really?
yeah, thought that about Diane.
Well, they have amazing chemistry. And I mean, they are very close friends.
That seems Nicholson had like kind of an ego. That seems unlikely.
Well, yeah. I mean, they were been friends for a very long time.
Yeah.
I mean, for years at the Oscars, they were just presenting Best Picture left and right, too. I mean, like, but I mean,
Jack should come back again to the Oscars to present Best Picture.
Wasn't the
Chinatown
word there that he's
anniversary.
having some stuff?
Yeah.
I mean, him showing up at those Laker games, like, what was it, last year, or the year before?
I think it was a couple of years ago. Yeah.
I was like a national news story, and it's sad. Yeah, I mean,
what was his last movie?
How Do You Know? Right?
I'm like a weird quasi defender of that movie.
I knew you would. Well, you like Brooks though, right?
I like most Brooks. Yeah,
you're a big Brooks.
That
guy.
one is like
that's
got movie star wattage to it that I can't.
Broadcast news.
Broadcast news is one of the greats.
As good as it gets.
Yeah, I mean, good.
Spanglish.
Masterpiece. Spanglish.
I have a lot of questions about How Do You Know?
Oh, that's another movie that exists in not just another universe, a parallel dimension. Yeah, maybe like an unparalleled dimension. Yeah. The Twilight Zone.
Yeah, that movie, I remember seeing it in the theater and I was one of one. And I just remember being like, every other scene would be like decent. Wouldn't be great, just be decent. And
doesn't it somehow revolve around softball?
Yeah,
baseball. Yeah.
Well, he's a baseball player, but isn't Reese Witherspoon a softball player?
Yeah.
Like a professional softball?
She was like a professional softball player. She was like on the US team or something.
She's the
Am I
Caitlin
remembering
Clark of
this
softball.
correctly?
She's definitely a softball player, yes. That I do remember. And then Jack Nicholson gets in trouble for insider trading or something along those lines, some sort of white collar crime. And then he essentially twists the story so that he gets Paul Rudd, his son, to basically take the fall for him. And then it's about family stuff. And Jack Nicholson got paid like $25 million for it.
Yeah,
that's why the movie has over $100 million.
Yeah, the movie cost like $130 million or something.
Well, didn't they also like because, and this is like I don't think this is a rumor. This is like known, I think, but that Jack, they had to have an earpiece in there. He couldn't remember most of his lines.
True of
they
that
had
one?
to feed him in there and everything.
No, I don't know. I don't know that.
I mean, he's old.
Yeah,
Like
now
all
he's
these guys
extremely
are getting
old.
up there.
Yeah,
too.
He's what, mid-80s probably?
I think he's almost 90 now.
Yeah.
Yeah, 87.
Yeah.
I mean, like, I think Jack will return though, if in maybe 2 years.
I do not. I think he's done.
No, but I'm not talking about. I'm not talking about on screen, Jay.
Oh, I don't know what that means.
Well, because the 100th Oscars are right around the corner, and if Jack is still
you think
around,
they're gonna Kirk Douglas him out there?
They do things like that though. That's
They
what I'm
do.
saying. Like
Liza Minnelli.
Liza
was kinda
Minnelli.
that. Yeah, that was tough.
Yeah. Faye Dunaway can come back. She's good.
the Liza one was tough.
Yeah.
Clint could still host.
Fuck off! God damn it!
I mean, I'm not kidding though. He's still directing movies. Juror number 2 is freaking good.
That is an opinion by some.
Juror number 2 is legit.
You and like Adam Naiman and
a lot of people do like it.
Juror number 2 is good.
Fine.
No, it's like people's top 10 of the year. Jason, your top 10 of the year.
Top 10. It's my number 10.
See?
Wow.
You got a lot of movies to watch though.
I've got several. Yeah, it might not be knocked out of my top 10, but
what haven't you seen, Jay? That's big before the end of the year.
Let me think.
Did you watch Seed of the Sacred Fig?
No, I haven't seen that.
All We Imagine Is
I've only
Light.
seen half of The Brutalist.
Yeah.
Did you see Summer Camp starring Diane Keaton?
Hell yeah.
No, Miss Summer Camp. Diane Keaton was in that. She was in Book Club. She was in Palms. She is like, you want her.
She does them all.
This like
she does them all. She just has fun.
Septuagenarian comedies. She'll do it for you.
She has a new Christmas
She's gonna
song
do
out.
like a motocross, older women motocross movie. I'm sure that's gonna happen soon.
Yeah, I gotta say that
it's gonna be called. You know what it's gonna be called?
Hmm.
X Games, but EX, and it's gonna be
God
about
damn
like
it.
older divorced women.
That's actually brilliant.
That'd be pretty good.
That's actually brilliant.
I actually think that would.
I would
fly.
watch the
I think
fuck
that
out
would-
of that.
She
Yeah.
would sign on to do that.
Who would star alongside her?
It would
Well,
be her.
Fonda.
Fonda.
Fonda just got to
Tomlin.
And
If
then
Fonda's there,
Lily's
Lily's there.
Mary
Bergen
Steenburgen.
and Steenburgen. We're just gonna do the book club, people.
Oh, okay.
That's what we're gonna do.
Well, you could.
And
Well,
then
you could throw in more.
We're gonna throw in one more as like the real ringer.
Alfre
and
Woodard.
It's gonna be
Alfre Woodard. She is in summer camp.
She is. Yeah, but they're just
she is in summer
they're
camp.
just gonna be like, and because they couldn't get Kathy Bates because she's doing Matlock. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
there's that. Yeah.
Rhea Perlman would do it.
Oh, she totally would. Sally Field was in 80 for Brady, right? I'm trying to think of some others. Like, who are some other people?
Are we just naming older actresses?
Ellen Burstyn.
Naming the ones who sign on.
Well, we're missing the most
For
important
these
one from
parts.
Book Club. We're missing Candace Bergen.
I said that.
Oh, did
said
you?
Bergen.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay. Okay. That's the only
I
one.
think Susan Sarandon would also join in on the fun.
Yeah, but then no studio would give them the money because of her
That's
political
true.
stuff, which is bullshit. It's
Wait,
the Richard.
Fonda doesn't have that stigma?
No,
Not anymore compared to
Jane's
Susan Sarandon.
Jane's considered an icon and a legend, and everything in terms of activism, and Susan Sarandon still has a Twitter. So like that's like right, Sophia, am I like wrong? Like
Yeah, no,
kind of feels like
she's
that.
she's outspoken in a different way, I
Too
think, that
Green
I
Party.
love.
Yeah,
But it's
yeah. For financiers, no, they're not giving the money.
Get
She
Judi Dench
wasn't.
in there. Let her skateboard.
Judy can't. She
Oh,
can't see anymore.
yeah.
She can skateboard though.
CGI it. You mentioned Judy Dench skateboard.
Skateboard's all about feel.
Wait, Susan Sarandon is going to be in an upcoming movie called Nona's, which is obviously Italian for grandma,
Oh my god.
with Talia Shire, Lorraine Bracco,
Oh my god. They're doing
Linda
like a
Cardellini.
damn.
Oh my.
Sounds
What
like
is
Sophia's
this?
next movie she's going to review next
I know.
year.
I was like, oh, this is just
You're signing yourself up for this.
My name is auto-populating on the review spreadsheet.
Oh my
as we
god, there it
speak.
is. Oh my god.
Distributed by Netflix.
It's in bold. Wow, that's
Oh my god, that single cell is locked. None of the rest of the
By the
sheet is
director-
protected, but that
The
cell.
director of The Perks of Being a Wallflower and Dear Evan Hansen.
Stephen Chbosky.
Mm.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and Wonder.
Director watch.
Stephen Chbosky.
Yeah.
Is he
He's
one of the
gonna-
guys in Reds?
Get the fuck out of here. Get
Yeah.
the fuck out of here. Back to this movie.
Yeah, we've gone off the rails.
Well, yeah. Look at who
Like
you're.
X Games.
Yeah, like X. God damn it! Damn it!
That's one of my better ideas.
God damn it! Sophia wins this episode already. That was
Oh,
brilliant. Good job. Good job,
God.
Sophia. Okay,
X Games was mine. To be clear,
I
It's
just
hers. It's hers
referenced it
now.
again.
She's the captain now. It's hers. Anyway.
I didn't wear this damn turtleneck to not get credit for my own jokes.
No, X Games is yours. I just
No.
brought it back, just like I did with Akon City.
She's the best. She's
Yes.
she's the
third host.
she's the Caitlin Clark of the pot. She's giving assists left and right, league leader in assists.
Well, no, I mean, like
Aw.
she's. I mean, if I mean,
Honorary third chair.
yeah, she's honorary third chair.
Yeah.
She can be on any series she wants.
Yeah.
Don't it. You know I'm right. She
I-
literally is honorary chair. When we did the old show, she subbed in for you.
That is true.
Yeah.
And
Oh,
that's
that's
when
right.
that show peaked.
Yeah. That was a great series.
That was a fun series.
That was a great series. And Jay came back for the casino episode. We did
Mhm.
Scorsese series.
Great film.
We'll never be able to do Scorsese again, though.
Mm.
Yeah. Eric
Why?
will.
Because you think he's fallen off?
Yeah, a little bit. But also, like, Eric will never allow it.
No.
It's just too big. Sometimes it's too big. It's too big.
Well, you mean
Everybody-
too many movies?
Yeah.
Are we capped on movies?
I feel
I
like
didn't know this. I didn't know we had guardrails.
Well, no, I don't think so. I feel like, doing like a
Yeah,
director with
someone
like
more
30
obscure.
films is like, that's half our year.
Yeah, you pick and choose.
Yeah, but it's tough because all of his movies are really fucking good. It's tough. Like,
Mhm.
how do you do Spielberg? You got to break it up, right?
I mean, did
You
he
have
make
to
any
do, like,
good
a
movies
portion of
before
his
like
career.
Jurassic Park?
Did he make any before Jurassic Park? Is that what you
Yeah,
just
any
said?
good ones? Yeah,
I mean, like Raiders of the Lost Ark, your favorite?
pass.
E.T.?
I think that might be my favorite Spielberg, actually.
E.T.
It's
Raiders.
Oh, Raiders. That has historically been mine.
It's my favorite.
Saw that in a theater recently. Just what a
There is a movie called Jaws, though. That's really
What a
goddamn
banger.
I
great,
do
though.
love Jaws. I,
I
mean, both
love
of
it.
those I saw in theaters as a kid.
And you just watch those in the summer,
And-
and it's just
Oh.
That's the shark one.
No, it's the dolphin one, actually.
It's the orca.
Mm-hmm.
Free Willy's the other one.
Nothing's gonna be as good as X Games, though.
Nope,
so.
nothing will. So you guys can stop.
This turtleneck is so hot. Oh my god.
Okay, we really haven't talked about all the sequences where everybody leaves the house. By the way, also the hospital. Jon Favreau showing up and all the entourage.
Mhm.
Clearly a
Assistant
guy,
Jon Favreau.
assistant Jon Favreau. I like really funny to just see
Not
this.
of Pod Save America.
No,
Jon
of
Favreau.
of the MCU. Sophia's favorite franchise.
Favreau
And
series win.
never.
He's made some good movies.
He has made some good movies. He's also
Cowboys and Aliens.
responsible for a lot of the biggest problems in modern
Elf,
Hollywood.
right?
He did make Elf.
He did make Elf.
Tis
He
the
also,
season.
he also made The Lion King 2019.
Mhm.
One
So
of the
you're
worst.
saying that's a point in his favor.
No. That's
I
bad.
think his character is responsible for any nefarious doings and investments of Harry.
He seems like the shady one. He
Yeah.
seems like, get you whatever you want, boss.
Favreau
Yeah.
coin.
Yeah. It's just, something slimy about him, right? But then when all of them leave, and I love when he just hands the money to the nurse. She's like, we don't need you here anymore. You know what I mean? Then it's just them. And the movie's so fucking good in the middle of this. It's just the two of them. The walk on the beach is fantastic. The little
Yeah, it's
picnic
really
on the beach
Her
is
cute little
fantastic.
bucket hat.
The cute bucket hat, the picking up of the white stones versus the one the black stone that they pick up there, and the observations that Nicholson is making about her, and her defenses are slowly going down, and she's realizing that this guy that she completely labeled as basically a pig is actually the guy. When she says that in the kitchen of like, you're the first person that's ever really understood who I am, because he's being honest with her and he doesn't have a filter, and he also has never felt a romantic threat there, so he can just be totally honest.
Yeah, he
with
feels
her.
no need to impress her.
Yeah.
No, he doesn't have to. So, that's what's so great about it. You know what I mean? Is
I can finally be myself.
I can finally be myself and everything. And then that leads to them making those pancakes and then not making those pancakes. And you look just as down about him not making those pancakes as Jack does, because he's the look on Nicholson's face. You don't want to make you don't want to make pancakes anymore.
He knocks that out of the park.
And it's so
Yeah,
good.
he
And then
does.
she's like, no. And then she like, and
Well, it's like
so good.
yeah. Because I think up to that point, like when they are alone together and those
Been contentious.
defenses start to come down a little bit and they're talking more, I think they're starting to realize that they have more in common than they think, and
AOL.
that they've never
They're aiming.
I
Yes.
love the aiming. It is the best. But it's so cute. But
Yeah.
they're starting
What
to
was y'all's
realize, I think,
aim
like,
name?
I didn't have one.
You didn't have a
really?
name?
No, I didn't have one. I had missed
I
out.
can't share.
Say
It's too
it.
embarrassing.
Oh, come
Mine
on.
was I love Michael Phelps 7.
Hell yeah.
That's awesome. Mine was ATL Sports Fan 5.
I think it's always been the same one. I think I had one. I think it was always okay. I'll be personal since Sophia just was very personal. So my family's
Mine's
always
embarrassing.
called me Rhino. So, and RINO. So I've always had that, and it's I've been called that since I was a kid, and I had that, and I put like a bunch of, and I put like the number 7 and like
I mean,
and
just
then
nothing
21.
better for a kid who was just cripplingly afraid of talking to girls in real life. AIM was like a godsend.
Oh, I mean, it was like I didn't know where you were going with that for a second there.
It's
I
like
thought you were like looking into my soul, like Jack, for a second there. But yeah, I mean, like AIM was like, I actually have the confidence to talk to somebody.
the away messages, oh my God.
The
It's
anticipation.
just like, I'm astoundingly good with words when I have to write them down.
But no, I mean, like
They call me the virtual poet of Atlanta.
But the way
But
he
when-
writes pajama party, and she goes,
Yeah.
pajama party, like the way
It's
they
so
read it
cute.
to you, they're like, it's like they're little kids. It's so
Yeah.
good.
Well, and like like her whole world has been like so small and what she's been used to, and she's mostly alone. Like she says, she's like,
that's a
get
devastating
sad at
line.
night. Like at night is when is when she realizes
gotta
it,
sleep
like,
in the middle of
sleeping
the
in
bed.
middle of the bed.
Yeah.
Yep. And how with him, like, he's not dating any women seriously and any women over 30, he's not able to have conversations with anyone who can understand him in any way. So I feel like it's so sweet that it's like new territory for both of them. And they're both just so good in the movie and so good in those parts that it's like just fun to watch them together.
It is. It's just movie star power. I mean,
Hmm.
they're so good in it. It's again one of those things where yes, you can be Daniel Day-Lewis in There Will Be Blood and give this incredibly charged, like amazing performance. You know what is there's this innate power to some people that's equally as rare. I mean,
Well, I mean,
there is something that the innate power of Jack Nicholson or George Clooney is every bit as rare as the technical prowess of name your favorite actor.
well, no. I mean, that's fair, but I also think like
I'm not saying these performances are Daniel Day-Lewis and There Will Be Blood. I'm just saying
No,
that
but like I
there
think
is
Daniel
a
Day-Lewis could do this.
rarity to these actors that is to me as rare as somebody like Daniel Day-Lewis.
No,
Yeah,
I
'cause
agree.
you start to, I think you like the cool thing about them too is like, and this is weird to say because they're both like just very, very cool people. And you think of them also like when they were young too, and they were both like beautiful, like people loved them, but like they also look like regular people at the same time. I think too, you can make that argument. Like they're not, I don't know, you don't have all the like filler and Instagram face. They're actually the ages of their characters. Like that's, I don't know, there's something about that I think that makes then their chemistry in any of the scenes with them feel more real in a
Well,
movie that's very unreal
that's
too.
what's so awesome about old movie stars. You could look like Gene Hackman or Jack Nicholson
Yeah,
and be
right.
considered total hotties.
Mm-hmm.
And now
Yeah,
you have to look like a superhero.
I know. And that's just not fun. Like I like when
No.
you could look like a regular person in a way, and
They
that
have
actually made you more attractive.
they have character to them aesthetically. Like they're
Yeah,
unique looking individuals, whereas now it's just like they look like action figures.
right.
And even the old action figures, Arnold Schwarzenegger and Sylvester Stallone look kind of weird.
Yeah, right. They have
And
odd features. Like
yeah,
they
yeah.
don't look fake in any way.
Yeah, and now it's just like do you check off these boxes?
Hmm.
If so, you get to be in movies now. Congratulations.
Yeah.
So it's interesting. And Diane Keaton, is kind of that way too, where you see her in Annie Hall, certainly compared to, she's not Sydney Sweeney, right? Like
Right.
she's not that way, but she's incredibly charming, and you're just as attracted to her in that movie as you are to Sydney Sweeney and Anyone But You, my
Oh
favorite
no,
movie of the last 5 years.
but I mean they make you though in this I want to say 2 days, 48 hours
It
fall
could
in love.
be it could be 8 weeks. I don't know.
It could be 9 years. It could still be going. I don't fucking know. But it makes you they make you fall in love with it, and they do start. I mean, like I even beyond the ridiculousness of the sex, where they check the blood pressure or the cutting of the turtleneck.
That is very funny
The
when she
the
checks
thing
his blood pressure.
the
The
thing
blood
that
pressure cuff flying is also hilarious.
what a shot. But
That's
the
good. That's
thing
some book club stuff.
the thing that does actually like melt my heart more, and I know that this movie like fucking works, is when Jack, you can tell that Jack wants to go sleep in his bed, and she is accepting of that, and she's actually, when I was watching this time, I'm like, I don't think she actually wants him in the bed, because she's making the bed like she normally does. She's
Mhm.
making it with all the pillows in
I
the
think she
middle.
wants him in the bed.
No, I don't. But she's not making it for two. She's making it for one.
It's out of habit.
Yeah,
It's
it
habit,
is.
yeah. But
It is out
I
of
don't think
habit.
she's not used to making it for two, and she
Yeah,
probably doesn't want to do that until
but
she knows
still,
he.
Mm.
it's not until he comes over like a little boy, like a little, like pouty
Little stinker.
face, little stinker. Can I get in there? I want to try. Let me try going to sleep with you. And then they sleep for what, 8 hours?
Eight hours,
The
yeah.
most they've slept in
But
years.
also, it's 11. So if we think about like they went to bed very late.
3 a.m.
Yeah.
Well, they were making eggs and
That's late.
checking
That's
checking
late
blood
for
pressure, baby.
anybody.
Yeah.
But
Pretty late night, Diane.
Yeah, Diane. Did you catch the Laker highlights on Sports Center?
Lakers are on the East Coast. Game's gonna go late.
They're playing the
West
Knicks. Yeah. Spike called, had courtside seats.
Denzel's trying to be the new Lakers guy. Not gonna happen.
But not on my watch, Diane. But but no, and then when they wake up in the morning and like the French music's playing as loud as possible, which why would an alarm go off at 11 a.m.? Them trying to like find the glasses, and then the glasses become a bit that connect them. And then when he's at the restaurant and he's sitting down and he goes, closure. And that's another look for where Keanu's like, the fuck, I'm not in on this.
Yeah, she is clearly like moved to her soul in that moment.
That's such an old Hollywood, like classic trick
for sure.
too that Nancy loves in her scripts, but here it works so well.
No,
this totem of connection.
Exactly. Oh, a totem? Like a top spinning?
Does the top ever stop? Do the glasses ever refocus themselves?
Do they ever close and put them on the nightstand? You'll never be able to do it. But then then there's the whole thing in New York. We kind of talked about that. But then, I mean, I do love
such a good peepaw. He's so happy to see that little baby.
And he's going to the same place where he's like, I brought all these girls here, and now the only girl I want to bring is my granddaughter. That's so sweet.
That's such God. Nancy. Like that's such a
like
Nancy
a full circle thing. Oh my God.
Used to get so much tail here.
No, but then I used to get so much tail. The movie ends on a shot of him literally patting Diane Keaton's butt on the seat. If you watch it right before it goes fades, he's like, pat, pat. Like literally, I bet Francis showed him how to do it.
That's some classic Jack improv right there.
Yeah, pat, pat. There you
Wasn't
go.
in the script.
But no, but like that was like Megan, my wife pointed that out again. She was like, did he just like locker room pat her on the butt right before they're about to order the hors d'oeuvres? Like, what's going on?
He's an old dog. All right.
Yeah.
Can't teach him new tricks. That's something he's learned over years.
Yeah, but it looks like they're going to be together forever, which is kind of great.
I think it's cute.
Can't help it. I think it's cute too. I see an old man.
I mean, they're probably also just really horny for each other. I mean, like clearly, like on those. No, I mean, like they can't keep their hands
together late. So
Ryan, this is a family show.
No, I mean, literally, she has an emotional breakdown about the fact that she never thought that this moment of her life where Sophia, you mentioned it earlier, when he cut the turtleneck and he's not been with a woman ever like this before. And she feels as if she's not obtainable, ugly, there's tons of self-doubt inside of her. And the moment which is another movie star moment, so perfect by Jack. Open your eyes so I can see you. Beautiful. And it's just, and then she just melts into the bed, and it's perfect. But then also the whole turning it into the musical, the dancing Henrys, the little surprise when
that's
he's like,
very funny.
I need to talk to you, and
looks like a terrible play.
Yeah, and
I was gonna say, do you think the play is good?
Absolutely.
I love the
producers level.
It does.
Yeah.
Look like
It's almost like they're making it bad on purpose.
Well, I mean but it's a smash hit. Well, and then the same French music is playing in when he goes into and it becomes a smash hit. That was the one that when he woke up with her and everything. And gotta say, Jack with a beard looked good.
Looks like Santa, like a good legit Santa. He could go to.
What do you want for Christmas?
Come over here and sit on Daddy's lap.
He'd be such a scary Santa for
on
kids.
Dasher, on
imagine?
Dancer, Prancer, and Vixen, Comet, Cupid, Donner, and Blitzen.
I don't care what you want for Christmas. All I'm bringing you is a Lakers championship.
I hung out with Shaq many nights.
Oh my God.
The stories I could tell you about Shaquille O'Neal.
Yeah, me and Kareem. Oh, Yeah, Showtime, baby.
I was gonna say something about Magic Johnson, but I'm just not gonna do
Don't
it.
you?
I'm not
No,
gonna do it.
yeah, no, don't leave it alone. Did you guys watch Winning Time?
James Worthy. No.
Yeah, I did.
Was it any
I
good?
did. I
Well,
I
I know
watched
why
all
you.
of it.
Well, I know why you watched it. You watched it
Yeah.
for Adrian Brody playing Pat
John C.
Riley.
Riley.
Yeah,
John C.
of course.
That's what
Wow.
broke up McKay and Farrell.
Is that really?
Really?
Yeah. He wanted to play the John C. Riley role, and McKay said
Riley should
no,
play it.
and Farrell was like, "All right, we're done." That's why their production company doesn't exist anymore.
Oh, Gary
Oh,
Sanchez.
wow.
Yeah,
It's Gloria Sanchez now. I think they like sold it off.
yeah, because they changed it.
Yeah,
because they're not
yeah.
together anymore.
Because they're not together anymore. Well, they also, and they had Winning Time and Succession come out. Like because they're executive producers together. Was the last project they executive produced together was Succession.
You know, Bo Burnham was supposed to be Larry Bird.
Yeah, but
He
Larry
dropped
Bird's
out.
such an asshole on that show.
I've heard that show is absolute slander against several people.
It basically makes Magic Johnson to be an absolute
The one that
asshole
seemed
in that
like
show.
the one that was most bad was Jerry West. I think
Yeah,
he's super pissed off.
because he's played by Jason Clarke, right?
Mhm. Yeah.
Who did Siegel play?
Siegel's in it.
Yeah,
I gotta
Siegel.
watch this.
Yeah, it's like Riley, Siegel, Jason
does he
Clarke,
play?
Brody. It's a good cast.
Why don't I remember this?
What did he play? We all
Larry
Again.
Brown.
we all had Google.
We do have a Google.
Winning Time. I'm sitting here.
I
He
did
played
watch this thing.
Paul Westhead. He played Paul
Yes.
Westhead.
The people
Mhm.
love Winning Time talk.
Because Westhead got blamed for a lot,
Yeah,
and then
they
they brought
do,
it,
I'm
and then they brought in, then they like moved up Pat Riley, and then that's when Showtime really began. Brody, always good. Brody,
He looks nothing like Pat Riley, but he was good in it.
no, but it's the right casting.
It's great casting. I did
Yeah.
enjoy the casting decision.
Riley was good as Bus. He had that good energy for that psychopath.
It's
Yeah.
good as Wreck-It Ralph.
Have you shown the Jetster Wreck-It Ralph yet?
Yeah, he's not super into it.
Really?
No, he's all about Coco right now.
Oh,
Mm.
Banger.
Coco's big. Still loves Leo and Stitch.
Faded
Have you
a
shown him
bit.
Boogie Nights yet?
Shown in The Master,
Okay.
and he likes it except for that last scene with Amy Adams and Philip Seymour Hoffman.
Mm.
Then he's like, this seems unrealistic.
Which one?
At the sink,
Yeah, but what happens?
we learn who the master actually is.
Ah,
We learn the true master.
well, because it's up for debate. Yeah, who the master is. There you go.
Who is the master?
I don't know. People are debating it. People are
It's a
talking.
good movie.
It's a great movie.
I think I said that was my favorite PTA, didn't I? Yeah,
It's not
that's
a-
my favorite PTA.
Honestly, you can't say there's not many wrong answers with a
No.
if what's your favorite PTA. I mean, like
What did
No.
you go? Did you land on P Thread?
I did,
Yeah.
but also I've been
We call
thinking a
that the Sophia bump.
Yeah.
But I also have been thinking a lot more recently about There Will Be Blood because of The Brutalist and The Master because of The Brutalist. So I've been
Yeah.
thinking about those films a lot more. But then, but then I watch a Nancy series. I'm like, Nancy, what would Nancy's version of Phantom Thread look like?
What is Nancy's Boogie Nights?
Oh man, Nancy's Boogie Nights. Those would be
Butterfly would play.
the dirtiest, but also cleanest places you've ever seen of Los Angeles.
In
Yeah.
some ways,
You know what I mean?
in
Like,
some
it's-
ways, Boogie
Mhm.
Nights is a little bit of like a surrogate Parent Trap.
Oh, for God's sakes.
Oh my God.
The most demented parents ever. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, the parents, the surrogate parents in Boogie Nights are more normal than the parents in Parent Trap.
I would agree with that.
I agree.
Yeah. That's
Yeah.
a fair statement. We were doing PTA at this time last year. This time year we're doing
Yeah.
Nancy.
Yeah, we were. Mhm.
Dennis Quaid's character in The Substance is the same character from the Parent Trap, and that is canon.
He just
Okay.
sold the vineyard and moved to Hollywood.
It's a good
Yeah.
movie.
Yeah.
I like The Substance.
I watched it again last night.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
still
I
play
thought it was even better
Even
on
better?
rewatch, actually.
I'm
Yeah.
gonna show.
I like it. That's in my top 10.
Wife wants to watch it. It's in my top 20. I think it's gonna end in my top 20. I'm not like there's not like a lot of films this year. I'm like this freaking rules, but there's a
Yeah,
lot of movies
same.
I like.
That was good.
That was very
I
good. That was
love
good.
my top 8, I would say. Like,
A lot of whispers
genuinely
about
love.
Demi Best Actress.
I think she could win.
I'm seeing that on the
think
timeline right
so.
now.
I
Yeah,
think
she's got a
good.
path. She's got a path.
Makeup too.
Makeup.
win.
Mm.
Yeah. Quali gets a nom. That's the nom I want from the film. Quali's
Quaid.
great.
Wally's great, but I wish we would have had it in 2009 with Megan Fox. That's what I keep thinking.
Interesting.
She would have been amazing.
Yeah.
And she needed a project.
I
like
think The
that.
Substance should be nominated in sound.
Yeah.
It's
Oh my God, the shrimp eating.
The
Ooh,
shrimp for the
sound
shrimp
is
eating alone,
gnarly.
but the whole
When
movie
she
is
pulls
a
the chicken
Yeah, the
drumstick out of
crunchy,
her
the
belly
crunches
button.
and that.
yeah,
Yeah,
it's
That's wild.
Great
Yeah.
sound work for
I
for
love
an
that
independent
score
film.
too.
her kitchen
Yeah.
is not good. She needed a
No.
Nancy
Oh,
renovation.
but she looks like Glenn Close when she gets like turned into like de-aged.
The Deliverance did get guild nominations
Fuck
at the
yeah.
Makeup and Hairstylist Guild.
I'm not gonna say the line.
No, you're not.
No, I'm not. Jay,
that
do
was
you know?
directed by Tyler Perry.
No, Lee Daniels.
Lee Daniels.
The Tyler Perry has the Kerry Washington.
Oh, he has the
Diane
what is
Warren
that
song
great?
this year. Yeah,
Mm.
the 666 Frontier.
6888, yes.
6888. 6888. Do you got
Featuring The Journey by Diane Warren.
Jay? Do you have 6888 as your car insurance?
Is that a kind of battery?
It feels like I was thinking like AAA, but sure, yeah, let's go with that. It's good coverage. Anyway, is there anything else you guys want to talk about from Something's Gotta Give that we didn't mention?
I do think we should talk a little bit about Keanu and if we think she made the right choice.
Mm.
Yes,
Mm.
I think that this
This
is
is critical.
This is the
Mhm.
debate that's a tale as old as time.
Yeah.
Sophia, you want to go on ahead and go into it?
I will
State
say
your case.
that I think, growing up, I always was like, she should have chosen Keanu. Absolutely. It makes no sense that she doesn't choose Keanu. But
He's a hunk.
after watching it so many times and just like, I don't know, thinking about her character more, like I understand why she's with Harry. I really do. And I feel like it's like him, I don't know, you can think about his past and everything, and I get that. But there is something kind of beautiful about them finding each other in the way that they do, and him going to Paris for her in this great romantic gesture and making the effort to get her. Not that Keanu's character doesn't do that, but I don't know. I understand why she went back with him and why they end up together. I think that Keanu is the right choice for me. He's age appropriate for me. He's 36. His character in this movie, that's like well within my age range. It's closer to what I should be going for, honestly. So he's my pick.
I don't know. I
and
think you seem like a Harry kind of girl.
I do, and that's the problem. So I need to.
Her last boyfriend I met was 85. It was insane.
Don't spread this false rumor around. That's too old.
It was Nicholson now.
He ordered soup.
I'll
take the split
Yikes.
pea.
Give me some split pea soup and some Werther's originals.
Yeah. Put it in a
Oh my
blender.
God.
Put it through
Oh.
a straw. No, okay. I think that a lot of people have said over the years about this argument, and Sophia said it very, very diplomatically. Like, I've always thought that, yes, you can look at their age and obviously how he's connecting with her, Harry is, on a much deeper level than Julian.
Mhm.
Julian is no different than Marin.
He just kind of idolizes her in like a puppy dog way.
It's
to me.
very puppy dog. It's
Yeah.
very like hang outside backstage after the show wait for an autograph sort of thing, right? It's like, I've seen all your plays. Well, I don't even think Marin's seen all your plays. No, I've seen them all. Like it was like there's a little bit of a red flag. I do feel bad for him that he got stood up, and everything. But he's very forgiving, and it also just feels like like he's a stepping stone to a more serious relationship. But the dude, so they've been together essentially for 6 months, right? That's the time lapse, if we want to believe that in the film, from when Harry had the heart, like the panic attack, right? And went on his little journey, right? He went on a little trip. So let's say 7 months. Dude's willing to put down a ring 7 months into a relationship.
He's a fast mover.
That's very fast. Even and
but he knows what he has too.
He knows what he has, but also
time is relative in this movie. 6 months in this world might be different than 6 months in our world.
There's layers to it, right? The dream within the dream is what you're saying.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's like Interstellar.
Well, no, that would be like Inception.
No, Interstellar, when he's going like
when he
speed.
goes to the other planet, right?
Yeah.
And they lose like 30 years. Okay, I got you. But it's like an hour to them. Okay, yeah, I get you. Maybe get out a piece of paper next time and kind of.
It's like some Christopher Nolan movie with timey-wimey nonsense.
Thank you very much. But also, it doesn't feel like Erica is wanting to go that fast either, And it almost, by the time that dinner ends, she's wanted this. She's been waiting for this. This is what she would write in one of her plays. This ending, and that's what she got. And I just think I think she said it best. And that's why it's not a slap towards Keanu. It's also Jack, and she just connects with him. And it's also Jack fucking Nicholson. He is one of the most charismatic, eligible people ever in the history. I mean, like, there were tons of women, look at his dating history in real life. So it just makes sense that she would also gravitate towards him. And he learned something.
It's so wild that he was married to Laura Flynn Boyle. That's so weird.
It
was like 5 years. Maybe.
5 years?
Were
they married or did they just
with
date?
Angelica
I think they
Houston.
just dated. I don't think they.
That's the one that I always thought.
Yeah.
Was soulmates. It's him and Angelica Houston.
They were married for a long time, weren't they?
Yeah, they were married for like 17 years.
Yeah, I like them together. There's like a cool. They just, if you look at pictures of them from the time too, it's just so 70s.
Yeah, they didn't. He was not married to Laura Flynn Boyle. I apologize. They just dated, but still.
No, but he was with he was married to Sandra Knight from 62 to 68. And
there you go.
Have you seen his son in Smile 2?
I haven't watched Smile 2. Is Smile 2 good?
Exactly. No, it's not. But he looks exactly like him.
Does he play the smile?
He does at one point, and it is identical to Jack's smile in The Shining.
Isn't he the guy on the poster?
Is he on the poster?
Or there's
he might be on one of the posters.
Like the marketing for it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Where I was like, oh, he looks like Alden Ehrenreich.
Yeah, sort of.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, little like Alden Ehrenreich with Jack Smile.
Ray Nicholson.
Ray. All right. Jay, what do you think? Do you think she made the right choice?
I'm going to put my brother on blast here and make a comparison. My brother, Bachelor.
Oh, your real brother.
My real brother, yes. Bachelor About Town. I remember one day he went on a date. I got a text. He said, honestly, might have met the one tonight. This girl was incredible. And I was like, okay, cool, awesome. I hope to meet her soon. He was like, you absolutely will. About 3 weeks later,
not good.
I'm like, hey, how's it going? And he was like, or no, we were actually in person with this. We were at dinner. And I was like, oh, so how's it with that girl? And he was like, oh, it's over. And I was like, oh my gosh, what happened? And he was like, she liked me too much. And I was like, you are a dumbass beyond compare. Like, you absolute dolt. And that's what this is. You say that it has to be Jack because Keanu is obsessed with her. I would argue that Erica only loves Harry as much as she does because it stimulated her creative
yeah.
side of her. He is merely a vessel for her to create more work, whereas Keanu is a true admirer and has never had a history of any sort of infidelity. Harry hooks up with her one time, and next thing you know, he's at some restaurant with another 25-year-old. He can't help himself. I don't think this is going to work out. And Julian is just such a sweetheart, just handsome as hell. I think to me, absolute no-brainer. And to me, it's also Erica overthinking, much like my brother, and just not accepting the best situation for herself. And honestly, I think it's a tragedy.
But he's Pop.
I mean, he's a good people. There's no
denying that though.
Yeah.
They're going to be together forever.
You know who would have been a good peepaw? Julian, because he's the sweetest man in the world.
He is perfect. He really is.
He's perfect.
I know. Now I'm
He's a little, but there's also a thing as it's too perfect.
See, I think this is also, maybe I'm like your brother a little bit. Like this is my own personal stuff coming in.
I don't know. I see
Julian struck a nerve here.
I see Julian and I'm just like, damn, dude, that is such a Labrador. Like it's such a I don't know. There's a red flag.
No, when you talk about a golden retriever, that means like this.
But he's smart.
Idiot.
He's a doctor.
Yeah, exactly. He's super smart. He's super successful.
But you don't know how much of that we don't hear a damn thing about this guy. I mean, like, yes, he helps obviously Harry because he's a
well
doctor.
read. He has great taste. He's clearly a patron of the arts.
He doesn't. Okay, I'm gonna call bullshit. I'm gonna call bullshit.
Actually, perfect.
I'm gonna call bullshit on this. She can't have a perfect writing career. Every one of her plays are good. Come on, even the most perfect.
It's like me with
writer.
Paul Thomas Anderson.
No, it's like me with Malik. I'm like, To the Wonder, what a movie. And everyone else is like, you're an idiot. And I'm like, you just don't get it.
Yeah, but Sophia, even like with BTA for you, you're still low on Punch Drunk Love.
But I wouldn't tell him that.
Exactly, you wouldn't. But like,
Terrence Malick is my Erica Berry.
But see, I think that she wants the honesty. She wants someone, and I don't think he's doing that. I think he's giving her
push her creatively in the same
way.
doesn't.
He doesn't. He's not going to stimulate a conversation. He's going to go, well, this is great. You want to go and let me chase you around the house, honey? It's like he's a robot.
Well, clearly a relationship based on artistic stimulation worked out great for Nancy Meyers.
Well, I mean, it did. She has 2 lovely children because of it.
And a divorce that seems to have gone pretty.
Well, she got out good in the deal. She's a successful filmmaker, and he mooched off of her writing for years. It seems like.
Well, do we think so? If this is semi-autobiographical, if Erica is Nancy, do you think that she picks Harry for Erica as some sort of comment, like this is what I would do because this is how I am, and this is what Erica would do, and
interesting.
This is maybe not the right choice, or does she give us a true happy ending and say this is what's right for this character?
I think it is definitely implied that it's a happy ending.
Yeah,
he's such a good.
I think so.
Yeah.
So I think he is then the right fit for her.
And also, he grows.
In Nancy, we trust.
He matures.
I think it might be a bad piece of writing.
He like Sophia said, he does everything to show her what he's never shown with any other person, which is genuine love. And he's probably going to tell her over the course of their life together. How
does she know that? She hasn't watched the movie that we've watched.
No, he's told her the damn story. He told her the whole story at dinner before Julian shows up. And then he does the monologue on the bridge. And they're going to spend the rest of their lives together. And I guarantee you this, because also Harry's a
stories are full of half-truths.
Harry's a good businessman. He's going to tell you if it's
manipulative.
He's going to tell her if it's good or not. I'll tell you that.
He's a great deal maker.
He also is accepting of the fact that he dies. You kill me. He's all like, at first you're going to kill me, and then he's very accepting of the fact that, and jokes about the fact that she kills him in the play, and everything too. It's also Jack Nicholson. We're arguing Jack Nicholson. Like
I'd pick Keanu over Jack.
Keanu is such a hottie in this movie.
But I could get
like this to me best Keanu's ever looked.
I think he looks really good now.
He looks great now, for sure.
Point Break.
He's very pretty in this movie.
He's very pretty in Point Break too.
I think I like him with facial hair more.
Yeah,
I think I would say now.
A little
like red carpet Keanu now.
Yeah,
red carpet Keanu.
When he's talking about how much he loves cinema.
Yeah, like I don't know. There's something about him.
Yeah. There's nothing better than was watching like the Q&A or whatever with him and Sandy about Speed. And I was just like, man.
He does just seem like one of the genuine good ones.
Yeah, I say
Never been to a Diddy party.
God damn it, Jay.
Nice things about him. Yeah, none of that.
None of that.
I'm telling you, I don't think he's ever been to one.
Anything else?
No, definitely not.
Anything else about the movie before we wrap it up? Any last things you guys want to mention? Get away from
one thing. Oh, yes. This is important. I have this in my notes.
Okay.
So around the midpoint of this film, maybe towards the latter third, we get a needle drop of Maroon 5. And I just wanted to bring this up. I think
Sunday Morning, Rain and Fall
5 is good.
Yeah.
Are we in agreement?
That first album's good. No, that first album is good. Everything else after that, debatable.
I mean, now they're one of the worst bands in the world.
Yeah. Just because
without a doubt.
Listen, just because my wife and I were having this conversation the other day. Early Coldplay was very good.
Early Coldplay, first CD I ever bought, Smash Mouth Astro Lounge. Second CD I ever bought,
Parachutes, or Rush of Blood to the Head.
Rush of Blood to the Head. Yeah, but
those first like 4, I would even stretch to 5 to Milo Xyloto. Those 5 albums, really great stuff. Everything else, then absolute U2 style ripoff garbage. Stadium, yeah. It's just like I don't listen to any of that shit anymore because my wife was just like, because we were talking about like, and then maybe a good question for you guys. Who is a band that, I mean, Sophia, you live with your sister, and Jay, you live with your wife, that the person you live with hates the fact that you listen to that music. Like they can't stand it. Like,
I mean, most rap music is the answer for me.
For you? Mine, I don't listen to them that much anymore, but Megan's answer was U2. I used to listen to U2 a lot because my mom listened to it. She was a big fan of it, but I don't listen to them anymore because I just like, maybe it was my taste grew or whatnot. I don't know, but I just grew apart from it. And we were then talking about Coldplay. Sophia, do you have like a band that your sister
My
does?
sister and I have really similar music taste. We do overlap quite a bit, but I would say anything that I like that she doesn't would lean more towards like Bob Dylan, like folk kind of like sounding stuff. She likes more of the like late, like all the new wave bands that I like. That's like her thing very much.
When you were listening,
get more acoustic, no.
So she's
listening to Dylan. She kind of wishes you were a complete unknown to her.
Yeah, there you go.
That the taste was blowing in the wind.
My wife doesn't like any
that the
of,
songs were a changing, right?
my wife doesn't like when I listen to like moodier music. So like some REM or something, she'll be like, "This is sad," and I don't like it. And I'm like,
"Oh no." Megan and I love some sad music.
Yeah, I love sad. I'll play Fade Into You sometimes, and she'll be like, "This movie or this song bums me out. Turn this off." And I'm like, one, it's a beautiful song.
There's only like 2 bands that I'm not a big fan of.
In the whole world?
That Megan, no, that my wife listens to.
Okay, I was like, wait, ever? There's so many I have.
No, there's so many that I do have, but like, no, they're on her rotation. I'm just like, it's one Modest Mouse.
I like Modest Mouse.
They're all the same song. And then she listens to she was listening to Brad a lot, and I just wasn't a big fan of Brad.
Oh,
that one. There is some music now where I'm just.
But she doesn't listen to them anymore. But she used to.
I've aged out of this.
Yeah, I've aged out of that music. Like, what's a band that you aged out of, Jay?
I mean, there's a lot of stuff. Let me look at the top. This is always something I like to do. Top 100 on Spotify. Let's check it out. All right, here we go. Going on. Although actually right now, I think pop music is in a pretty good place right now.
Yeah. You know who, like the type I don't
it's a lot of
like
Christmas stuff.
Oh, like Ed Sheeran, that kind of
Yeah,
stuff.
not
Oh,
into that.
yeah.
Gracie
Fine.
Abrams right now,
Oh no,
worst in the game.
horrible.
She has no riz.
No Riz?
Also, all time, always skip Bruno Mars. Skip,
Yeah.
Bruno
no
Mars, I
play.
think, is pretty talented.
You can be
Uh,
talented, but that doesn't mean I want to listen to
Jay,
you.
Yeah.
what are the top 10 pop songs in the
I mean,
going on right now?
it's a lot of Christmas stuff because it's
Play it.
Christmas, so
Well,
it doesn't really.
Well, why don't you just say it?
Number one is Bruno Mars with Lady Gaga.
Oh, that stupid, terrible song.
That song's
That's what I'm
not
saying.
awesome.
Lady Gaga in her flop era right now.
I mean, it's a lot of Kendrick as well. A new Kendrick album, absolute flames. Um,
That's not surprising. Kendrick rules.
no, it's
Yeah.
absolutely incredible.
I can't wait for him to do the Super Bowl. It's gonna be great.
I can't wait for him to call Drake a sex offender on national television.
Yeah, right between
will.
everybody eating chicken wings. It's gonna be great. Be like, oh, Patrick Mahomes is driving down the field anyway. Toyota
A
halftime.
minor.
Yeah, it will be. Who's doing the game this year? Is it CBS? Nance and Romo talking about. All right, Jim.
Oh, Jim.
Oh, Jim.
Drake's
Can you
gonna
remember
regret this one? Anyway, what else we got here?
well,
What has really seemed to have fallen off is like a trap mumble rap,
trap
which
number.
I'm
Mm.
happy about.
Oh, I
Yeah.
was gonna say I thought Jay was gonna be like a big proponent of that.
One, I mean, Ryan, we've litigated this before. Chapel Roan is something I don't really understand.
Oh, I do love that album.
It's a great album, and she's great, dude.
Good Luck Babe is a great song.
That's a bop.
I mean,
Mhm.
she's
How
going
do you
for
feel
an
about Sabrina Carpenter?
80s riff. Sabrina Carpenter, I like
Natasha Johnson.
a
as
lot.
Jay
I mean, I
West
haven't
called her.
I haven't really dug into the
Nicolette Johnson. That's what he called her the last time we did this. Nicolette
What?
Johnson.
You actually remember that? Is that what I said?
Yes, I remember it. I've edited all
that's
these
very
shows. Yes.
That's funny.
Nicolette Johnson.
God, we got too much.
Please,
Gracie
please,
Abrams in
please.
here.
That was one of my favorite
Gracie
things. Jason.
Abrams, her voice is just so weak.
It's
How does
so
Paul
bad.
put up with it? Like, have we ever talked
I don't
about? We haven't
know.
talked about that. Like,
Men
Paul-
are
Paul, man,
crazy.
Paul's got bad taste. I'm
I
just gonna
think
put
he
that in.
does. I
Yeah,
think he does.
I'm not.
Paul, well, I saw Gladiator too. Paul's got about the riz of Gracie Abrams up there as a movie star.
Oh no, we're not gonna do this.
Uh-oh.
You're gonna get in trouble. I'm not editing that out. You're gonna be fired.
In the words of Billie Eilish, which is also a top song here, "Birds of a feather fly together."
Oh, for God's sakes,
I do like Billy.
Billy is incredible.
Billy's talented.
Billy and Phineas blow my mind. I'm actually really really impressed with them.
I like
be that-
Phineas and Ferb.
Oh, for God. All right, I'm gonna get off of this subject. Anything else you guys want to talk about? Something's got to give before we wrap this up. Sophia.
I think that whole thing, that whole musical conversation we just had connects very nicely to Harry's career. So I think that's a wrap.
Okay. Damn it. She's killing it today. She's killing it. Jay,
I'm glad to be here.
Yes.
before we get out of here,
Mm-hmm.
is this your award season knowledge based on the film we just reviewed, which is Something's Got to Give, in a segment we like to call Buddy?
Oh God,
It's
I
an-
forgot we do this.
It's an honor to get nominated. We do it every episode. What are you talking about? We've been
I
doing
know,
this-
but I forgot. I lost it in my Gracie Abrams.
Jay?
What do you guys think of the Costco guys?
Oh, the boom guys? Bring the. No, we're not doing this. We're in the middle of the Oscar bet.
No.
No. We can do this in the outro. Get out of here.
The Rizzler is really elite, I will say.
He's doing his impression. It's terrible. Jay, do we bring the boom?
I love the
Really?
Rizzler.
Do we bring the boom?
That's what we do.
That's what we do.
All right, let's go. Come on. You're
What's
supposed to keep this
something-
thing on rails.
What I know, but I have too much fun with you guys here. Did Something's Got to Give get nominated for any Academy Awards?
Boy. This is a good question. I remember this movie was a pretty big deal, I believe. Would it have gotten any awards? I think if it got anything, it probably got acting. And if it got acting, I would assume Nicholson. I'm going to say Nicholson.
Is that your final answer?
That is my. Or would Keaton have got one as well? I'm going to say no to Keaton. I'm going to say Jack.
Jay.
I got it.
Ledbetter. Jay Ledbetter.
I nailed it.
No. You're wrong.
Okay, what was it? Did
was
Jack
Keaton.
get nominated?
It was Keaton.
Oh, only Keaton.
Only Keaton.
Wow.
It should have been her third Best Actress win.
Yep. Now they were both nominated at the Globe. That is, and the production design was nominated.
Are we still taking the Globe seriously? Are we doing that?
Yeah, they've changed.
Why not?
Okay.
I mean, Sophia and I did a whole podcast about the Globe reactions for this website. So yes, I mean, I take them more seriously than some other places during award season. Like the Globes are much more predictive and much more serious than like Indie Spirits or Gotham.
Well, that's a
Gray's
different-
award ceremony about the film Ad Astra.
Yeah, exactly. The Astra Awards. You know what I mean?
What do you think's going to win Best Kiss this year?
What, like the MTV
At the
Movie
MTV
Where's
Awards?
that
Movie
awarded?
Awards.
I don't.
MTV?
They don't do those anymore.
They don't exist anymore?
Should we just make that up? Like
What the hell are we doing?
Jay, who should win Best Kiss then if we had the AwardsWatch Best Kiss Award?
I'd have to look at my tops.
I know what would win.
What would win?
Oh, God.
The trio from Challengers.
Oh,
yeah.
You know
that's
You
pretty
know
good.
what?
That's
Pretty
pretty
good
good.
one.
That's pretty
Wait,
good.
so hold on. This
Bill
award
Sarsgaard and
was-
Billy Sarsgaard and Lily Depp. And
This
in
award was
Nosferatu.
given out last year.
Yeah, but
Nicholas
I
Holt
thought-
probably nervously kissed Zoe Deutsch in juror number 2, right? I think that might be mine.
Wait, no, they're still going on. I think
okay.
Okay. What won
So-
last year?
last year it was. Let's see, Madison Bailey and it's
Ooh.
from Outer Banks.
Oh,
Oh, so
So
they're
it's
moving to
TV.
TV.
So no movie. Okay.
what if it was Drew Starkey and Daniel Craig?
Yeah.
You do that?
That would be a nominee for me.
Yeah. What about? I mean,
Tom Hanks, Robin Wright.
What about Glenn Powell and
De-aged Tom Hanks and
What about
de-aged
Hitman?
Robin Wright.
What about Hitman?
Hitman was
Hitman.
that's pretty hot. A hot flick.
Pretty
there.
hot movie.
Nicole Kidman, Harris Dickinson, and Baby Girl.
Hell yeah. Hell yes.
Jerry Seinfeld and Hugh Grant in Unfrosted.
Honestly, you know what it would be? I'm being dead serious about this, and I'm not saying that the movie's. I mean, the movie's fine. God damn it, I hate you. I'm gonna ignore you. I think that Andrew Garfield and Florence Pugh would be nominated for We Live in Time, and I think that they would win in an online vote. Straight up believe that would be what would win. Sophia's like done with the
Sorry,
show.
Unfrosted really got me for some reason. I don't know why.
It's been that kind of night. Felicity Jones and Adrian Brody in The Brutalist.
Oh God.
But I don't think there's any kissing in that scene.
No.
Sorry, Jay,
Oh,
you don't
rough.
know. But anyway, Keaton won the Golden Globe for musical and comedy.
Mm.
She also won everybody's favorite, Sophia's favorite awards, the National Board of Review for Best Actress. No AARP nomination though. That's interesting.
I think that's rude.
That's kind of fucked up.
But when did the AARP awards start?
Oh, they've been around for like since the dawn of time.
They're older than its members.
Hmm.
It was an AFI top.
Because this is like
yeah.
classic AARP movies for grown-ups.
This is AARP bait here.
Yeah,
She
I'm
did
trying-
win. She won. It's
Oh,
just
she
not
did?
listed. Yeah, she
It's just
won.
not-
This was their third year of giving them out, and she
Oh,
won.
okay.
Movies
Cool.
for grown-ups, Best Actress.
Be Still My Heart. Was Jack nominated?
Let's see the third ceremony.
Third ceremony.
Do you guys want to guess? Oh, he was not nominated.
That's rude.
What?
What?
Oh, they nominated The Depster.
But they did win Best Grown-Up Love Story.
Mm.
Do you know what won the best movie for grown-ups that year?
Master and Commander? No, yeah.
Mystic River.
Mystic River.
Mystic
Yeah.
River.
Good old Clint.
Mm.
Clint is the AARP Movies for
Jay,
Grown-Ups Award winner.
This was obviously the year 2003, ceremony 2004. This was the year of Lord of the Rings, The Return
Is
of the
that
King.
my daughter in there?
It's not my daughter in there.
That's what Erica said when Jack was behind the fridge door.
That's pretty good. Damn, Sophia's been on fire. Lost in Translation, Master and Commander of the Far Side of the World, Mystic River, and Seabiscuit. Almost did Elizabeth Taylor there. Seabiscuit.
Give it a nom. Put it in there.
I'd kick out Seabiscuit and I would put in Something's Gotta Give. I'd kick out Mystic River and I put in Something's Gotta Give.
Get that horse out of there.
But I would not kick out the other three. I would not kick out Lord of the Rings. I would not kick out Lost in Translation, which is a masterpiece.
Agreed.
And I would not kick out Master and Commander of the Far Side of the World. An absolute
Those are good.
banger of a movie. I love that movie so much.
Those are good films.
Sophia, you like Master and Commander, right?
I do. It's such a soothing movie to me. I can't
Took me
explain
like
it.
5 times to get through it. I fell asleep every time.
But you love it.
That's a compliment.
Yeah. He kept persevering for it. How did Crow not get nominated for that? He was in his this was his movie star like era where he was nominated for everything.
Was this pre-phone throwing incident?
It might have been around then, actually. Yeah.
Mm.
Because it was Depp for Pirates, Ben Kingsley,
Right.
House of Sand and Fog, Bill Murray, Lost in Translation, Penn won for Mystic River, in Jay's favorite performance, Jude Law and Cold Mountain.
Get
Hell yeah.
Cold Mountain out everywhere.
Never seen it.
Terrible movie.
Yeah.
But even Nicole Kidman wasn't even nominated, right?
No,
No.
Renee won.
Renee won. It's raining. You know, I'd nominate
2-time Oscar winner.
I'd nominate Jack.
I'd nominate Jack.
I kick out Law for Jack easily.
Yeah.
I don't know if
Production
I get-
design.
I don't know if I give Jack the win, but
Oh, one other thing about this movie. When they're in the convertible at the beginning of the film, some of the worst car green screen
Horrible.
I've ever
Oh my God.
seen.
Awful.
No, the worst
It's
one-
so bad.
the worst one is the shot of him with the Eiffel Tower behind him. That's
Yeah.
the worst.
Well,
one.
yeah, that's bad.
That one's bad. And he's like Showtime, and it's
But the
But
car to
the
start
car's
it out
bad.
is-
Yeah.
When
Oh
it
my
when
God.
stuff is moving, it's worse to me.
Can I tell you guys the one thing that does bum me out about this movie? And it's not got anything to do with the movie. It's the fact that we don't have a Blu-ray or a high-dep physical media release for this thing.
Yeah.
And so the only way you can do it, like I had recorded it off of HBO. It's not on Max anymore. You got to rent it. So
Yeah.
Yeah, I rented
I
it.
have like a $5 DVD I got at Target, I think
Yeah.
years ago.
I got the same thing, but I wanted to I wanted to watch like a decent quality version of it.
Yeah.
It feels
Yeah.
like such like a, I wouldn't say Criterion, but like a Kino Lorber pickup. You know what I mean?
Imagine this in Criterion.
Oh my God.
I want to write
I want to write the essay.
Yeah.
No, what? I'll let you. Yeah. You know what, Sophia? Write the, yes, you should write the essay. Actually, you know what? Let Jay write the essay in the turtleneck. Yes. Jay, you look so cold right now, even though it's
But you know he's roasting, actually.
roasted. This bit was so stupid. Oh my God.
Especially for an audio medium.
Yeah,
I mean,
exactly.
what
no
a
one's
stupid thing.
No one's gonna see this outside of me and Sophia, and it's great. You're just like an audience of two, but you know what? That's just Jay's commitment to the bit. And yes,
Mhm.
I agree with Sophia. I would give Diane Keaton the Oscar. Sorry, Charlize. Even though I love that Charlize is an Oscar winner, I don't think that actually Charlize has maximized her acting potential throughout her career. She makes a lot of duds and a lot of bad choices.
Must not have seen her at the end of Doctor Strange too.
Like, I mean, she's got Furio. Oh, she's got Mad Max, and where she plays Furiosa, and was that North Country? A couple years later, she's I think it's like literally the next year, and she's really good in that. But like, I don't know.
She's a good actor, and
She's
I like
very
her
good.
in Monster, but I just
I'm not going
this
back
is
to
the
Monster
style
anytime.
of
Yeah.
performance I like more.
Yeah.
And it's just a really cool role. And it's deeper than you think,
Yeah.
really. And that's what I really like about Diane Keaton
It's
here.
just like the movies that are in the lineup for Best Actress. My God, are so fucking bleak. You got Monster and Well Writer and In America, 21 Grams. It's like fucking liven up the place a little bit, for God's sakes.
Yeah.
How is this not nominated for screenplay?
People
That's
don't
the
take Nancy seriously.
but
Yeah.
I mean she
I
was
mean, we have
nominated.
gone through like 17 absolutely ludicrous things that happened in this movie.
Yeah, but like the barbarian invasions, Dirty Pretty Things,
why are you making
in
up movies?
In America,
Yeah, I
Finding
don't-
Finding Nemo.
Finding Nemo is a very well
I like that
constructed movie.
screenplay.
Yeah.
Over that, but over something's got to give it Nancy. No,
What was
Lost in
that called? The Barbarian Chronicles?
the barbarian invasions. It is a.
What is that?
It's a. It's a movie you're gonna watch by the next episode. And Dirty Pretty Things. Stephen Knight. Sophia's
We love
Oh.
him.
My favorite,
her favorite.
Stephen
Did-
Knight.
Did he do the Matthew McConaughey movie?
What? Which one?
The Anne Hathaway one where they're in-
Serenity.
Did he do that?
Yes, he did. He directed that some bitch too.
Mhm.
Yeah.
That's a normal movie.
Sure did.
His credits. Dirty Pretty Things.
God, this is our best episode we've ever done.
Amazing Grace. He wrote Eastern Promises. Right? Locke
Yeah.
with Tom Hardy. The 100-Foot Journey with Helen Mirren. That's a really good one. Seventh Son. Pawn Sacrifice. That's the chess movie. Burnt. Do you guys remember Burnt? Well, Sophia knows Burnt.
Of course I do. Bradley
Yeah.
Cooper.
Bradley
That's
Cooper.
Bradley Coops. Anthony Bourdain
Ripoff. Yeah.
quasi biopic.
Allied. Jay knows Allied.
Well, he didn't direct Allied.
No, he wrote it. These are all the
Wrote
movies
it.
he wrote. Yeah.
Wow.
The Girl in the Spider's Web.
Oh. Hello.
Serenity.
hmm
Spencer. Maria.
Oh, so now he's a sad women guy.
Yeah. It's a very sad women guy. And now he
Yeah.
is obviously doing the screenplay.
He does seem like the best person to write a story about sad women.
He is obviously doing the screenplay for The Immortal Man, which is the title of the Peaky Blinders film, because he is the creator of Peaky Blinders. So,
Oh
which
God,
is the,
he's rich as hell.
yeah, he is literally the richest man in the world, because
No, Taylor Sheridan is the richest man in the world.
that is correct. That's more correct. Sophia, what's your favorite Taylor Sheridan thing?
Oh God. We really have gone off the rails here now. Started talking about Nancy and now we're on Taylor Sheridan.
But she should have been nominated. That's the point of
She
all
should
this.
have been nominated. Yeah.
Yes, easily. And yes, Jay, production design. Obviously, it was not going to beat Lord of the Rings, but the other nominees were The Girl with a Pearl Earring, The Last Samurai, Master and Commander, and Seabiscuit.
Man, it's pretty good production design.
You can kick out Girl with a Pearl Earring and put that in. The other films are big productions, though, or Seabiscuit, one of those two. So, Sophia, thank you so much for coming on another chaotic episode of Director Watch. Hope it was everything you wanted it to be and then some. Can you tell everybody where they can find you and all your work on the internet, as well as your recommendation of the week?
Thank you guys so much for having me. This was even more fun than I could have anticipated. All of the twists and turns, the time spent, just like a Nancy Meyers movie.
Time. Was
It's
this
the
actually,
thing.
was
Time
it a
is the thing.
was it a 2-hour podcast? Was this all of our lives? You'll never know.
6 weeks, 6 months later, who knows? You can find me on Twitter and Blue Sky at Sophia_Sim, Letterboxd at Faye Dunaway. You can find my podcast, Oscar Wilde, wherever you listen to podcasts, and more reviews, interviews, and podcasts at AwardsWatch. My recommendation of the week. Let's see here. I'm gonna pull up the trusty letterbox. Been watching a lot of really bad Christmas movies lately, so that's not going to be
Hot Frosty?
I can't do Hot Frosty, you guys. Okay, here's my recommendation of the
We
week.
said that in
Sorry,
tandem. Good job, Jay.
Jay,
Mhm.
if I'm stepping on yours potentially, but I
Mm.
watched a movie called Red Rooms this week
Mm.
that I really loved. It is an evil movie, and I mean that in a complimentary way. I've used that about films I don't like before, like Jojo Rabbit, for instance. But this is an evil movie that I will recommend because I think that, what it does, it really looks at it's it's this Canadian film that is following this court case of a serial killer on trial, and specifically this woman who goes to watch the trial and is obsessed with this case and a number of other things, honestly, in her life. But it really looks at, parasocial relationships, internet presence and obsession, and this whole true crime thing that people get really invested in from the sidelines and I think want a stake in. I don't want to reveal anything from it, but there was a scene in the movie that made me physically ill, and I again mean that in a good way. I recommend it. It made me like not able to sleep. It just like stuck with me in my brain. So yeah, highly recommend Red Rooms, a surprising contender, like late breaker for a movie near the top of my list.
All right. Everybody go and put that on during the holiday season.
Very different from Something's Gotta Give.
Yeah. I don't know. Kind of hear Red Rooms is the something's got to give it this year.
Mhm.
Um, Jay, same drill,
Mhm.
buddy.
Yeah, find me on Letterbox, J Ledbetter, Twitter at Mr. J Ledbetter. My posting is like down to zero. Like I never
Yeah.
post anymore. Yeah.
Not posting. I should.
And Awards Watch for stuff. So, and sorry, my internet cut out for a minute, but my recommendation is this Canadian film called Red Rooms. Um which I thought was great. It's kind of about like our relationship to the internet and the true crime.
Jesus Christ.
No, that really, I mean, honestly,
Wait,
that was
Jay,
that
is
was
it
the
about
one that I was gonna say.
Is it about Jesus Christ as well?
Yeah.
It's like Malik.
I'll give another kind
It's
of
Malik.
angle. I'll give another angle that I kind of thought about watching it was I thought about it's really weird that like the Terrifier movies are a thing where
Yeah.
we are really indulging in just true bloodlust
Yeah.
for the sake of it, and kind of how we are able to disassociate watching a movie like that.
hmm
So that was just something I thought about. And yeah, it's a horrifying movie at times when you kind of put yourself in the world of the movie, and it does take over you. And it's all sort of counterbalanced by this really cold, calculating, precise filmmaking. Great lead performance, really well shot, for what I'm assuming was probably a pretty modest budget. It rocks. It's when I did my ballot for movies of the year, it was my number 5 of the year.
All
So
right. There you go.
it was a real stunner. So check out Red Rooms.
Yeah. Thanks, Jay, for
Kind
the
of
rec.
Fincher light, I would say.
Well, it's
a
like
bit.
Fincher. I don't. Light is a weird word.
Yeah.
It's evil Fincher.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Let's thank you, Jay, for recommend giving that recommendation out to everybody.
It's about time somebody did.
Yeah, so yeah, nobody talked about it at all. You can find me on Twitter, Instagram, Letterbox, Blue Sky at Ryan McQuade 77. You can find all my work here at Awards Watch. If you like podcasts, we have the Awards Watch podcast Mondays and sometimes on Wednesdays during award season is editor only podcasts that we've been releasing, and they've been a lot of fun throughout the season. Interviews, reviews, all that stuff. Oh, he took off the turtleneck. Interviews, reviews, podcast. You can sign up for the newsletter and get all those sent to you every week. 5 stars on iTunes, Spotify. We greatly appreciate it. So there's this movie. No, I'm just kidding. I was gonna try to do Red Rooms, and I actually haven't seen
Have
it
you
yet.
seen it? Oh, yeah.
No, I need to see it. It's on the list this week to catch up with some stuff before I
It's a chill hang.
yeah. I'm just trying to shore up some stuff because I'm gonna do my list for top 10 of the year and put that on the website. And so yeah, I got like 2 or 3 things I really do need to see. But one movie that will be in my top 10, I believe it's going to be in Sophia's and possibly even Jay's, is this little movie called Nosferatu from Robert Eggers.
Nosferatu.
Listen, I've told both my friends here that I like Robert Eggers a lot, but I've needed a movie to like fully kind of connect with him on everything. Like I think his movies are like really high B pluses, and I just admire his aesthetics and what he's done throughout his career. And I was waiting for the movie for it all to kind of click and be brought together. And man, this was like this. I watched this movie and it was everything I wanted it to be. I think it's a brilliant adaptation. I think it elevates it and does things differently than other sort of Nosferatu Dracula adaptations that we've seen. Obviously, it's not like, Bram Stoker's Dracula or anything like that, but it's very dark, and it was genuinely terrifying at times. And
I found it very unsettling.
The use of lighting, perfect. His way to just engulf the sound, the use of just tension and building up to times where I felt like the commentary was very modern and very timely. And Sophia mentioned that a lot in her review, which was a fantastic review. You should go read up on the website. And yeah, there was just so much shit in that movie, and it also fucking rules. And it has this performance from Willem Dafoe that's just like knocked my socks off, and Lily Rose Depp's incredible, and Bill Skarsgård
incredible
is pretty good too, and Nicholas Hoult being Nicholas Hoult, and Aaron, my guy Aaron Taylor Johnson, Nicholas Hoult just honestly being a consistently great actor, and Aaron Taylor Johnson's great, and then there's Emma Corrin. But anyway, I highly recommend the film. I think it's the best that Eggers has done so far outside of The Witch. And
Warlock looks like the bad guy from Meet the Robinsons.
For Jesus Christ. God.
The forgotten Disney film.
God damn it. This show has gone off the rails.
I dare you to look at them side by side and tell me that I'm wrong.
I'm going to look this up fuck it. I'll do it right now as we're getting out of here. Villain.
I think his name is the bowler hat guy. I think that's his name in Meet the Robinsons. But also, I'd like to say about Nosferatu has one of the
holy shit he does
best. I mean, I'm actually right about this.
He's objectively not wrong about it.
And it was weirdly a thought that crossed my mind while watching the movie. But I think Nosferatu has one of the most effective jump scares I've seen in a movie in a very long time. That happens in the first 3 minutes of the movie, and then for the rest of the movie, it's like anything is possible.
Yeah.
And it makes everything else scarier.
Yeah.
So, also scared the hell out of me in the theater.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So,
and also like a movie that understands perfectly how to use lighting and darkness. And
I mean, Eggers, I think, is a master technician.
No, I think he is. I mean, Jay, you were
so comforted by his research.
Yes,
I feel like everything is
so detailed. It's like, it's actually incredible that he's getting away with this shit. Like that's the kind of thing. Like, yeah, and from
The Northman was weirdly a financial.
It was a massive hit. Yeah, on streaming.
VOD.
Yeah, man, and.
Dads loved Northman, or at least dads rented Northman, and we're like, what the hell is going on here?
Nosferatu
riding on a horse
in theaters Christmas Day. That'll do it for this week's episode of Director Watch. We will be back next week. Jay, some say it's the holiday singing. I don't ever say that again. Jay, some people say it's the holiday season, so that only means one thing, buddy. We're talking the holiday.
Mr. Napkin Head,
buddy. Got to see you reenacted on screen, even though it's going to be for an audience of 2.
I'll do that. I'll go for
everything.
Turtleneck
to
napkin head.
Hell yeah.
Turtleneck to napkin head.
You guys, I have one request for your holiday episode. You have to talk about how Jude Law is so tan in the English countryside.
Oh, we're going to talk about it. That's for sure. Thank you all so much for listening. Thank you again, Sophia, and we'll see you all next time.